30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds.
Tiger blood pumping, robot is ready
10,
to go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tiger blood pumping, robot is ready to go. No place for land whales, because it's time to go. Trigger warning, the trigger warning show. Trigger warning, the trigger warning show. Trigger warning, the trigger warning show. Yeah.
Trigger warning. Why does it keep dumping people off as soon as we do the intro? Let's bring them back in. We are back again with the Trigger Warning Show. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, panel. Welcome,
Hello.
people in the comment section in the audience listening. I hope everyone's well on this beautiful day where we get to discuss all the wonderful things happening in Hollywood, and they're not a bunch of weirdos at all. Istaphobos, hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, man. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Melvin, you're coming over. I believe we've stopped you cooking a steak at 1 a.m. to join us today, which is wonderful. How are you going?
Is he there?
Melvin?
He likes his steak.
Yeah,
mid.
he's gone back
eating.
to cooking
He's
his
eating.
steak.
Hold
He
on,
likes his
I was
steaks cooked
muted.
midway, just like Margot Robbie.
No, I bun my steaks. I like them cooked, well done, like all
Like
the way.
That's very British of you.
Polly, you're back.
It is, yeah.
Polly, you're back
Yeah,
joining
I'm
us
back.
again. You're well?
I'm very well, thank you.
You've missed this mature, masculine conversation we have here. We're all,
There's a lot of testosterone here.
I bet this must do you for a couple of weeks, I reckon. You probably won't have to speak to any other men for like weeks after this. And Price of Reason, how are you going, my friend?
I'm doing good. But just so you know, because of Melvin, anytime there's like a video on YouTube or one of those things comes up in my feed with Margot Robbie, all I can think of is Melvin telling me that she doesn't look so good.
He's not getting over it, Melvin. He's never getting over that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm gay. I don't know.
Who looks
We
good to
should-
Melvin? Melvin,
we
who
should
looks good
do
to you?
We should do a poll. Who looks good to me? Margot
Yeah.
Robbie, for one.
Well, it's funny Price says that because I saw some of his moves during the week as Gina Carano's in the news because she's going to be fighting again, which surprised me. And she was up there just talking about how she liked to wear hats back in the day in an interview. Price was straight in, that hat suits you, to be honest.
Oh,
Price, putting the moves in. I love
Looks
how
like she's gonna solve a mystery. I'm kind of into that thing. You know, that's the kind of thing I'm into.
Yeah, I have to admit, I like chicks with hats, man. It works, usually.
I do like the politeness. Like, it's not like I'm not going in too hard. I'm just going in as a gentleman. That hat looks nice. You're not rocking body. Hope you smash the shit out of that other bitch or
I think-
normal Twitter conversation. It
Yeah.
was just a nice compliment.
Price knows how to do it.
Yes.
You just gotta see if she's receptive to courtesy, and then take it from there.
That's right.
I did put a reply in because that's what I was picturing as he said it.
Yeah, and make sure she see if she's into squid puppets, because we've seen Price put the moves on women at conventions with his.
Yes. Were you here for that, Polly? I don't
What's
know if you
this?
were here. Man, we need to make a segment out of that. Price going around interviewing people at Comic-Cons.
Oh,
But for some reason, only women. and just honing in on women. And he spoke to one guy the whole time. So he was, yes. And Price also did say, because he's talked about this, that he was back at the Outback Steakhouse for an Aussie
Is that
meal.
what it looks like?
Yeah, no Fosters in the shot, thank God.
Everything's fried.
Well, yeah, it's America.
Does it look
So-
Aussie even a little, or is just like it's nonsense? Because it says Down Under, the Aussie special. Is this like
It's the words.
The look of the table and the wall, it looks like a service station out in the countryside that hasn't been updated for about 40 years that you pull
Yeah.
into trying to get something to eat. But
I
They
don't
got-
think we have so much fried stuff.
oh, look, they got Gold Coast coconut shrimp. See, they're prawns in this world. We don't call them shrimp, but they look bloody good. So I'm keeping you to that promise, Price, that you'll take me there one day.
we're definitely going?
No,
Yeah, do you guys have the salt shakers where you have to work for it and grind the lid? You just can't toss the salt in there.
we do have the
We do.
choice, but the grinders are very popular here. 'Cause
Yeah,
you can have
make you work for it.
chunky, get that salt, get those arteries blocked as quickly as possible. So yes, we do like a grinder over here.
I
Sound right, did it?
remember when I had arteries.
Maybe
And
can
it's
someone
begun.
not clip how much I said we like grinder over here? And,
Yeah.
didn't actually come out right. I meant the salt and pepper. Now I'm sounding like I'm going into some weird. Sounds like I'm going to Ibiza, which is on Star Trek this week, which
Hey,
surprised the fuck out of me.
At least you said it correctly, which was weird because he goes, I'm Klingon gay guys like Ibiza. And then the other guy goes, Ibiza. Like,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
would one of them know how to say it, but the other one freaking doesn't? Drove me crazy. Ugh.
I'm
It's
sure we'll come
strange.
back to it, but that whole Ibiza line was just like, I like Alex Kurtzman's mind, so out there, so open to things. He thinks that a sleazy part of the world's still going in 1,000 years. Probably right.
Yeah.
Well, it is somewhere, but just not there.
Oh, well,
gotta
I guess he
have some
doesn't
of-
believe in. Oh, sorry.
Was it
Go ahead,
Melvin?
Mel.
I was saying they must have someplace good still open in the future. They can't shut down other.
Yeah. Well, it shows you he doesn't believe in global warming because the islands are not underwater.
True. That's
Maybe
true.
they fixed it though. Maybe they fixed it. Hmm?
Yes, maybe all these ridiculous ideas they've got going
Maybe
actually
the
work.
sea level went up and they teleported all the extra water out and sent it to
Oh.
the sun. Or something.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
they haven't been able to fix anything else, including just a freaking broken boat. So how do you think they would fix that?
Now, some sad news this week as we leave the Outback. What's it called?
Outback Steakhouse.
Steakhouse. Should be just called Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. We lost a legend this week. We lost
we
Robert
did.
Duvall. And, I mean, we lose people every week, but he did seem like a big one this time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hurt, man. We lost the great Santini. He was something else. We lost Colonel Kilgore.
For
It
me,
was
always
amazing.
Tom Hagen. Tom Hagen. That's The Godfather is my favorite movie. The first Godfather.
And he's so good in it.
He's so good.
He's such a it's not even confidence. He's just the I had the word before, but it's left me now. We'll go with confident. But
But yeah, you're right. He is a confident actor. And you just feel
Gravitas.
comfortable
but
watching
if
it.
you like, I love Marlon Brando, say, and everyone in The Godfather's great, right? But
Yeah.
you sometimes these actors you love, you see them acting like
Yeah, you
Brando's doing a performance. You know, you could just about put him on stage with it, sort
Yeah.
of thing, like he's doing it. But then Duvall comes in and he's just sitting in the room talking, and you don't even feel like he's acting. He's just there. He's not. You're not seeing this performance. He's just the person you think he is in this movie. Like he is just that person now. And
Like
Is it-
Gary Oldman.
Is it
Yes.
Yeah,
gravitas?
very
Is gravitas the word you're looking for?
Yes.
Or
I think it's more just that his natural, the way he carries himself and the natural vibe he gives, you just see him amongst these like other giant actors and giant performances, and he seamlessly blends in such a convincing way, and you
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
he is that lawyer.
I think the
Yeah.
word is effortless.
Effortless, yes.
yeah,
Seamless
when you
also,
look
yeah.
at the posters, every picture of him, he's that guy. You don't see Robert Duvall. You see the cowboy.
yeah,
You see
Yeah.
the lawman.
True.
It's just, it is. He's becoming the character.
I
It's
will
and
say
those
flawless.
there's
serious roles, and then he just sort of had a whole other career as the wise old guy, like in Gone in 60 Seconds, Days of Thunder.
I found it hard to kind of think of like many movies he was in, even though I know he's in so many movies because he's so immersed in the character.
Yeah, he disappears into it. So like people are naming films and like, oh yeah, he's in that as well. To Kill a Mockingbird, that was his first role, I think. Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome
Drew
double, really.
Radley.
Well, for me, one thing that I was thinking about this week is that, and I think this often, the third Godfather movie has always annoyed me. And one of the things that annoys me most about it is that he was supposed to be in the movie, but I guess Francis Ford Coppola was trying to cut corners. So Al Pacino agreed to do it for $1 million. So he told Duvall, well, you're going to agree to do it for $500,000. And Duvall said, this is an iconic role for me. Like, if you want me to come back, you have to pay me like $1 million, like you're paying Al Pacino if you want me in this movie. So he's like, fine, I'll write you out. You're not in the movie. But you know what? I don't think the movie benefited from Tom Hagen not being in it.
Oh, that film's got some problems, but him not being in it is a huge problem. He's like, I don't know, he's like the soul of the movie or the moral compass, even if the moral compass is off. It's sort of, you need him in there. You need him as part of that family.
Yeah, and don't forget, he was Frank Burns in MASH and Network and Tender Mercies, which he won an Oscar for. I mean, the guy.
There you go. I don't remember him in MASH as well. Like,
yeah, he's Frank Burns, and then Colors with Bob. He was Bob Hodges.
Colors, amazing in that.
Falling Down, I think, also.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Also a good movie.
It's like I can't think of a bad role, or like even if it's a cheesy movie, like 60 Seconds, he's just amazing in it.
Yeah, like Days of Thunder was not a good movie, but he was convincing in it. He was. He doesn't have a bad performance to his name.
Isn't there a scene, I haven't watched it for a while, where there's a whole scene where I think he's designing the car or whatever, but he's talking to the car because you've got to have the spirit of the car come out or something. And it's great. Like, it's like, there's not many actors you can say, can you go talk to the car and ask the car what it wants to be? I think he goes on about how it wants to go fast. He's just got to help it. So, yeah, it's a big loss there.
Did you see my meme with Robert Duvall in it that I did this week? Because
I wanted to bring that up. I was going to bring that up today, yes, with the start of the
Grogu. It's exactly what I thought of the second I saw that. I'm like, that's.
I think that came out on the day he died, which is just sacrilegious. So, yes, we'll miss you and watch some of your films this week to remember. But I believe we've got some mail, which means my favourite song. Well, it's not. The opening's my favourite, but I do like this one too.
He's got the biggest bags in town, the fullest bags around. He once slammed them in a door. They drag across the floor. They're full of all the good stuff. Just don't you be too rough. With robot heads, big mailbags. It's mail time, bitch.
Yes, I'm getting out my big mailbags and putting them on the table. Try not to slam them in a door. No one's asked me about that in this
drag them across the floor.
Yes. Well, that's natural, isn't it? We all get a bit itchy from time to time. So the mailbag, first off, I believe someone sent us another photo.
Oh, yeah. This one is from Louis Krizmensky, and it's a lovely fantasy pick just for Istaphobos.
Well, we had this last week. So we started with this last week, and then we got into the conversation of which way round, like the old mermaid problem, which way we'd go. So he sent an update photo, and we've got this one as well now.
Oh, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Two to choose from now.
The only thing wrong is I think the head should be like twice as big, like to be like the proportions.
Well, we'll need a bigger paper bag.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit in the bag if it was bigger, but.
So it's a hard call here. Which one are we going?
It's not hard at all, but it will be. It will be.
Pardon me.
In the first pick, they haven't had as bigger. They haven't had as bigger augmentation.
I reckon I'd have more trouble keeping it going with that than that for some reason. I just
Yeah.
that probably
but-
says more about me than in the photos. But I don't know.
I mean,
the
you know,
body.
he has kind eyes.
The second photo is not altogether too different from some actual personal experiences I've had. So I can say that it's doable, especially if you're facing a particular direction.
There's nothing worse than kissing someone with a big nose. There wouldn't be the problem there, would there?
What do
His
you
nose
think
would be in the way?
the voice is going to be like in that one?
Well,
Like,
I think it's going to be
Put the bag
muffled
on.
under the bag.
yeah.
it sound like ET.
Robot Head, we are not talking a lot of kissing here, at least on the mouth. But
But don't you love that they've included that bag?
Hang on, we haven't even thought about that. Melvin's brought up a very important point.
What did he
Like the voice also comes with the head. So like, I don't know. Listening well into the dark, listening to Sydney Sweeney might be better than squeaking at you.
I've heard some voices that aren't far off either, and I tell you, you can work through them.
If you take the one with a Sydney Sweeney head and just leave her under the covers up to her neck.
I would rather steer away from both of these scenarios. I don't feel quite good about either of them, to be honest.
Yeah, Price is talking sense. I'm with Price.
But it's a lovely thing to think about, isn't it? You just see, this all started because we were talking
It's
about
kind of refreshing that they've chosen neither.
well, we were
You know,
talking
this is like-
about the
like
end of the world.
Conjoined twins, and when they had the operation to separate them, they just fucked it up completely.
Yes.
It's this was all started with aliens attacking Earth, and we said, well, if they were like ET, they'd be easy to fight. We think they'd be easy to fight, but then somehow, of course, Sydney Sweeney had to be involved. So that's how we got to that. So do we have other mail? I'll leave that on the screen. while we
Liam
go.
has a question for the panel.
Yes, everyone listen
Okay,
up.
so this is got three parts to it. All right. So if you're able to fight one Star Wars character, and if you won, you gain their abilities, weapons, and skills.
So hang on, we're fighting a Star Wars character, and we get all
one
the skills.
Star Wars
Yes,
character.
go
You
on.
get their ability, skills, and weapons. Who would you pick? So that's part one.
Yep.
Right? And then you've got a few conditions here. So you're allowed 2 weapons to fight them. You can have one from the Star Wars universe, and you can have 1 weapon from Earth.
Is there any other conditions?
One last condition, you've got to be able to hold both weapons at the same time, or instead choose one two-handed weapon from either. This is very complicated, isn't it? One two-handed weapon from either universe. The only advantage you have is that you know more about them than they know about you.
I've already picked.
No sneak attacks or anything.
Same. I know what
Oh,
I'm doing.
no sneak attacks. That's sort of the whole point of fighting.
You'd have to,
Right.
wouldn't you? Melvin, you said you've got someone. Who are you going? I want to go last in case. I want to see if anyone has got my idea.
I would fight Luke Skywalker
Ooh.
because in the expanded universe, he is the only Grandmaster Jedi, right? So if you inherit all his abilities, then you've won the game, okay?
What weapons are you taking, though? Because how are you going to beat Luke Skywalker?
I would use like a two-handed weapon from Earth. I would have a minigun. There's no fucking way he's blocking all of them bullets. There's no chance.
Yeah. Oh, now when you say Earth, like, can I use the handheld nuclear launcher from Starship Troopers? Can I use a nuke?
Yeah, why not?
Because I'll fight
Guys,
Ray.
we're
'cause
talking,
she's-
we're talking real world.
Yeah, we're talking real world
Yeah, yeah.
Star Wars.
Are we?
yeah. Well, she's the bestest ever, so I would get all of the bestest ever
Yeah,
powers.
true.
Now, there is the Diabetes Jedi and the Acolyte. His refrigerator is probably stocked, but I think I'll still I'll choose Ray, and I'll use the handheld nuke from Starship Troopers.
Well, you could distract her by charming her first. You could tell her she looks good in that hat or
Yeah.
something like that. And while she's swooning, you could whip out your handheld nuke and see how it goes.
Price, who are you fighting, and how are you going to do it?
I don't know.
Have some think time. I've got one. I'm going to fight Vader.
Is Price okay?
I'm going for
is
Vader.
Is he angry about the whole Gina thing? Is he okay?
No, he's all right.
Oh,
No, I
You need
was
some
looking.
think
I
time.
was
It's a big
looking for a
question. You've got
picture. I'll
3
tell you what I
parts.
was doing. I was looking for a picture because I once went to a special convention and somebody brought out ET, not the Sydney Sweeney version, but the real doll, and it was like the real ET that was used in the movie. And
Bryce just said not the Sydney Sweeney version. Oh,
Like,
no,
okay.
like the
No,
real
no,
one.
he
They're going to say that at every convention.
he said real
No.
doll. They make
Yeah,
an ET real doll?
No, it wasn't the
Whoa.
real. You know what I'm saying? It was the one they used in the movie, and they brought it out, and they're like, somebody wanted to impress me, and they're like, look, it's the thing from ET, and I don't know. I mean, I was kind of excited. It was nice to I saw the real doll, not the real doll that you said it's the. You know what I'm saying?
Did you give him any advice on his career? And then he got angry and
No, I just I didn't give it any advice. No.
sorry, Polly, you were saying who are you going to fight?
I'm going to go Vader.
Well, he's going to
Why
kill
wouldn't
you.
you want to be Vader?
No, but you
Hang
got to
on.
win. You got to
Yeah.
win the fight.
Well, I've
That's-
got a weapon.
That's the
My
option.
weapon is Padme's "We Can't Be Together" outfit.
Ah,
That's my weapon.
I see. That's,
And if I'm allowed two, so I'm allowed one from Earth as well. So I'm going to go like a big roast dinner.
so I
Yeah.
see there. So boobs and steak or
Yes,
something.
yes, exactly.
Ah.
You've got to work with what you've got, right? So,
Or,
but it
as-
is a sneak attack.
I don't know if this is a universal thing that they have here, but here for a long time, I don't know if they still have it. The pubs would have special schnitz and tits days where the topless women would serve schnitzel. So, is that what you're thinking? A
No,
bit of
I'm not really
schnitz
kinda
and
going-
tits for,
No.
for Vader.
We're keeping it.
You,
We're keeping it classy. I think.
you don't get
Yeah,
that
but you
over
see,
here.
so this is a psychological fight. You see, because he already has a good association to this outfit, right?
I think he would go weak at the fake knees and
Yeah.
drop down, try and get out of his little
Yeah.
life support outfit and crawl over like a little slug burnt thing across the floor trying to get all over you. So I'm going. Has everyone had the? I'm going. I'm surprised no one said this. I'm going to fight Grogu. Because Grogu seems to have
You
the
can
force
just throw him
powers.
across the room.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of it. I don't even know if I need weapons. I'm just going to kick the little shit in the face constantly. But, I was thinking a bit like Melvin, maybe a machine gun or something. Like his little tiny lightsaber's not going to do anything. We've seen him try and fucking achieve anything. So, yeah, I'm going to splat little Grogu on the floor, jump on his head and kill him. Actually, I think it'd be that easy. I'm going to go the gun, not going to go lightsaber because I'd end up hurting myself, and a can of beer in the other hand, the Australian weapon of choice. And, hopefully take a Grogu. And then I get force powers.
Nice.
I mean, it's not up there with Vader and Luke, but,
Yeah, if you
Because I
can
like
hit
that,
him,
the little chokehold thing he does, and just like he's able
I'll
to
be
lift
choking
them
that
up
little
and,
green fuck. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about
if-
Vader. And they
if you
drag
can
their
hit 'em-
tootsies across the floor.
I know who I want to fight.
okay.
It's any Star Wars character, right?
Yep.
So you know how sometimes the Mandalorian goes to a garage and there's a lady that helps fix his ship.
Yeah.
I think you downloaded the wrong show, Price. I don't think that's in the real show. I think
Just picked up.
that's the
one as well.
Mandadongalon.
No, you don't know what I'm talking about. There's this annoying
Yeah,
lady.
I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
It's
Yeah.
Amy Sedaris
Yes,
is the actor who plays her.
You want to fight her
Yes.
and get the abilities of fixing ships.
Being a mechanic.
Yeah.
Dream big, my friend. Dream big.
Nothing wrong with
It's
having a
not the
trade.
worst thing.
How
Yeah,
about
they go over
Always
shop
fall
and
down, Craig.
But
Hold
I have to warn
that.
Robot Head. Have you ever tried to shoot like a monkey with a trank gun? Those things are bouncing around the
yeah.
wall. It's not so easy to hit Baby Yoda. He's a small target and he's bouncing off the walls, machine gun or not. You're going to have a hard time staying on target.
I
If I
got
was
plenty of time,
fighting,
though.
if I was fighting Grogu, I would use like a ping pong paddle. Just bounce him off of the wall a few times.
I'd use a
That's
net.
it too.
I think a net is your best bet with Grogu.
I can't think of who it was now, but it was one of the supermodels at the time. Might have even been Naomi Campbell, because I think she dated Jack Nicholson for a while. It might have been Robert De Niro. But anyway, it was a story about Jack Nicholson, and this model was talking that they dated for a while, and she couldn't believe the first time they went out for dinner, went home. He went into the next room, came back out in a dressing gown and two ping pong paddles, and just started chasing her around the room, slapping her on the ass, laughing his head off. And that was like the ultimate Jack Nicholson story. I thought, that's exactly how I thought he lived. And when I read that story, it was just perfect. I thought, thank you, Jack. You're living the dream for all of us.
Yeah, you got to. I imagine Jack Nicholson as how he was in The Witches of Eastwick, just like wearing his pajamas and smoking.
Yeah,
I
can
love
we
that they
use
say he's a
predator
hermit now.
weapons?
They say he's a hermit, and they get photos of him on his balcony with his gut out and his hair everywhere, looking out across his property. And that's like, the guy's lived the fucking dream. Like, he's rich. He's never cared too much about how he looked. Everyone thinks he's cool. He could just get any role he wants still. And now he's living at home in his beautiful mansion, just swimming every day and hanging out at home. And people are like, oh, the poor hermits, we never see him anymore. It's like, what are you talking about?
He's 80 or something, isn't he? And he's still doing the same thing. I would, what you call it, garrote my mother to be able to live a life like that.
He always seems very happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see why.
You've not met my mother. It's you would
by the
understand.
way, Robot Head, check your DMs just so you don't think I'm crazy. I sent you something very, very
What
important.
did you? Oh Jesus! Hang on, I'll bring this in. I've got to show everyone this. Just
I know it's the stupidest thing, but I actually went and it was like a secret room where the thing was located. Somebody was trying to impress me,
I've got to try and bring this in. Hang on. I can't let everyone know how terrible I am at this program and trying to bring things in. Just give me a minute. Well, when we're doing the next bit with the comments, I'll try and bring it in. But
All right.
Let me just go through here. We've got super chat. Let me read that first. But that is a creepy photo price. I need to get that in here. $2 from Sean. Sean's back again. Let's bring him up. Going to the dentist, so there'll be no more money today. Fuck, if you're going to the dentist, we won't see money again from Sean. Those bastards charge like a wounded bull. Thanks, Sean. I hope it's not too bad. Hope you can take your headphones and listen to us. Maybe update us on how it's going. Hopefully there's no drilling involved. Dentists, how come the rest of our body we go to a doctor except for the fucking teeth? They have their own specialty doctor. I think I saw another one here. Just let me scroll down.
Seems so barbaric too, doesn't it?
Going to the
Drilling,
dentist.
yeah.
I know. When are they going to improve what they do? They seem to get in your mouth and fucking terrible.
Dig around.
I know what this is about already. And I think Melvin, we can thank you for this because you suggested this idea. Jacob WD40, who I'm sure gave us $10 last week for our 10th show, has given us $11.
Oh,
11 for the 11th show.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I can't count past 11. Must have his pants down. So if there's any more episodes, I'll just have to cheer in silence. Anyway, is that a gun in my pocket or am I happy to see you? Ha! It's both. Well, thank you, Jacob. That is fantastic. Thank you very much for the $11. But I think it is a good trend that we could start following. So I believe, Polly, there's also some comments. Is that right?
yeah.
Is there any more mail? Is that it for the mail?
yeah. Have you got the comments? Bring them up.
Where are we? There we go. When we're ready, there we go. So I think there's a
this
comment
one's
from
Mega
last week.
Spidey-Man. Thanks very much for your wonderful responses to my super chats. I really appreciate it. Ista was very good. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Was very good to keep my second question in mind. What's that about, guys?
I have no idea which comment it was, but thank you. And Ista, thank you for being lovely about his comment.
Well, we know Mega Spidey very well, and he usually asks compound questions, and I just want to make sure that he gets all the answers he's asking for. So
Excellent.
Sorry, speaking of comments, I did notice before we went live, whereas it was always at the top, that someone's got the handle Rabot Head. Rabot Head, which I'm very impressed by, that someone's so close to Robot Head.
It's like it's said in an Aussie twang. Rabot Head.
Rabot
Isn't
Head.
it?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
And then he said crikey.
Speaking of Aussies, we have another comment.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Andrew Dallas says, Aussie here. Really dig trigger warning. Great balance of topics, panel and banter.
Thank you,
Fast
Andrew.
becoming my preferred over Friday Night Tights, which has way too many panelists, in my opinion. Keep them coming. That's
We're going
nice.
to accidentally start having a rivalry with Friday Night Tights because I think last week someone said we were the cheap version of Friday Night Tights, so now we are the better
Oh, yeah,
versions.
we were off-brand.
Yes. So,
I don't think they meant cheap, though. They meant we are the scrappy underdogs that have to try harder.
I like that.
Yes. Well, Gary's always been lovely to me, so but you know,
Yeah.
our show's allowed to be better. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, who have we got here? Amplify85, Robot Head and Panel. Thanks for the show and the laughs. It was a welcome distraction after having to say goodbye to my elderly Aussie cattle dog yesterday. Oh,
That's
that's a
sad.
bit sad.
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
We need
So
to know.
sorry. Yeah.
The weird thing is
Do we have his name?
when you look not of the pet, but when you lose an animal, you feel for some reason you feel like you do tell people, but you feel like no one else understands. And I think most of us, any normal people, understand. They become part of the family.
Yeah, that's gonna be
They are
rough.
the family. Like,
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
sometimes they're the only family member that talks to you.
Right. Sometimes they're one of your favorite family members. and
Yeah,
people
yeah,
don't even
exactly.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they never hassling you. They're easygoing, and like a companion. So we feel bad for you, man. That's and Aussie cattle dog. They're special in their
Very
own right.
loyal.
Yes,
They've got some great dogs down in Oz, though. I used to watch this show called Blue Heelers, which is named after a type of dog. Although the show wasn't about the dog, it was about small town police. It only went on for about 37 seasons. I don't really know, but
it cracks me up some of the shows that you guys know over there that like.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised
we're
you know
surprised
it.
like Blue Heelers, okay. The
You know, one my mother used to watch all the time back when I was a teenager was Sons and Daughters.
yes.
that was
Jesus,
popular too.
shit. That was
I don't
Yeah,
think I've seen
terrible.
an episode of each of those shows. But
What about Sea Patrol? Did you guys get Sea Patrol?
well, we did because we made it.
Yeah.
I watched
Fair enough.
Neighbors.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, I quite liked that. It was fun. It had one of the women that was on Blue Heelers was on that show, and then No Activity just cracked me up. They tried to make that for the U.S. And it was awful, but the Aussie version is
I like
straight up
Price
great.
flipped in that he watched Neighbours and
I watched Neighbors.
we know his
that
Kylie
had-
Minogue obsession
But
started
hang
with
on,
Neighbours.
do you like Kylie in the Neighbours phase or now?
You know, I don't. I think that at the time she already had some music that I heard. There was like I don't really like these
The
songs. But they have a
locomotion.
nostalgic element. As a musician, they're not my favorite songs, but I like her, so I let it slide. But I
We-
should
we-
be so lucky, and she
Right.
did the locomotion. And
Yeah.
then she had like a duet with Jason Donovan, especially for you, some shit like that. And then
We should do.
I don't even know
We
that
should
one.
do a list of people that were on Neighbours because there was Kylie Minogue and there's
Jason
there's
Donovan.
Melvin's favourite
Margot Robbie was on it.
Margot. Russell Crowe was a bully on there.
Holly Valance. I don't know if
Holly
Americans
Valance.
know
Valance,
her.
Yeah, she's known as well.
It's a good platform for you know.
Oh yeah.
What's his
Aussie
name from the? He
talent.
did the remake of the Time Machine.
Oh, Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce.
Yes,
Oh wow!
I've been drunk with Guy Pearce. There's a story.
Yeah. Oh, he was Jack Irish. That was a fantastic
Yeah.
show.
Yep, all from Neighbours. So sorry to hear about losing your cattle dog.
Yeah.
You mentioned Blue Heelers, that it's a blue heeler in Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that dog was saved from death row on the day they were going to put him down. They just went to the local pound and grabbed a dog for the film. And apparently he was meant to go down that day, and one of the cameramen kept him after
Oh,
the
I like
shoot.
that. That's
But he's so
good.
good in it. He looks like he's been professionally trained, but he was just straight from the pound.
He was so happy.
He knew he was on death row. He was putting in a good performance to save his life, that dog. So,
Smart.
Amplify
Dogs do it,
85. Send us a photo of your
See,
dog.
yes.
His
We
name.
have we have some communities in the U.S., some guests, I would say, that are trying to get rid of our dogs. I think they underestimate just how much we love our dogs in the West. That's not going to work out well for them.
if on ratio from animals to people, animals are way ahead for me of things I like.
Yeah,
because most people I
Because
don't
they're
like.
all awesome.
So that's not going to work.
True.
Do you want to hit this next one, Polly?
So these ones are kind of, I know we're not getting into Starfleet Academy too
Oh,
much,
wait,
but I think
rewind a
these ones
second.
are,
You forgot someone from Neighbours, Natalie Imbruglia. She was.
oh
pretty
yeah,
hot.
yeah. no.
Oh, yeah.
She had the most annoying song ever recorded.
She sings.
That torn song.
I love Price. I love that you actually like judge their career when most of us are just looking at these people. And you
I mean,
actually
she looked all right, but man, that song was annoying. They played it. I feel like for a whole year, you couldn't get rid of that song.
Price would be the best to go to these celebrity things too, because he's not getting fooled by how attractive they are. He's still going to tell them how shit they are.
You know, sometimes I have the opposite effect. You know, I was at an event and Jennifer Garner was standing next to me, and I was like Melvin. I used to always not really think much of her, but when she was standing next to me, I actually was very impressed. She's tall and kind of very well put together. I didn't say anything. I could have said to her, you know, you look better than I thought you would. But I said, like, shut up.
You didn't know what to say because she wasn't wearing a hat.
I said, don't say anything. Just shut up and drink your drink. Shut up and don't say anything. And I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I think I figured out.
You're not so ugly in person.
Yeah, that's better than the hat pickup line. I think that might actually work. But Neighbours is like the Oz version of EastEnders, which is where every UK actors get their start. Yeah,
I remember one of the Billy Connolly gags. It was talking about something like you shouldn't say when you're on the pool when you're dancing, and it's like he said to this girl, "You don't sweat much for a fat bird."
Do you want to read that next comment?
Oh, you've got a couple here, and they're all about Starfleet Academy. Okay, so what's the first one? So I think on Spring Bloom 5940, 1,000 years in the future, and men still haven't figured out how to be women.
Oh, I think that was they have a transvestite working at the bar there, which was hilarious.
Right, you like this one?
That's an easy one.
Open the airlock.
Just open the airlock.
Yeah, maybe she didn't. They didn't want to become a woman. They wanted to become what they were. They wanted to become a transvestite.
True.
They got that down, I think.
So Eric Atlas 4161 says, "You saved me from seeing this, Mr. Robot Head. I'm a big homo and still won't watch this. I don't feel represented here. If anything, I feel tokenized or completely defined out of the frame."
He's right. That's what gets me. And if you can't explain that to people, like people want to just defend this, and
Yeah, Eric is a voice of reason here.
Yeah,
I think Eric is one of them self-loathing fudge packers.
Eric's not self-loathing.
No. It was a joke. It was a joke. I kid that joke.
I just hit the mute button on Melvin while we do the comments next time. We just don't know where that's going to go. Listen, that's what they make gay people so pathetic in that show, which we'll get to. Man, I've lived in St Kilda, known a lot of gay people, and none of them are as pathetic as anyone in that bloody show. So I'm sorry, Eric, that you have to be pigeonholed with such fucking morons. And,
exactly.
Yeah, don't listen to
Okay,
Melvin.
so you've got one last one, Winthrop 1177. Thanks for your opinion. Please don't watch. I'm enjoying.
This is about Starfleet Academy.
This is Starfleet, yeah. Thanks for your opinion. Please don't watch. I'm enjoying the crap out of this as a long-time Star Trek fan. The main reason why is that the Star Trek universe liberal meaning did not go over my head, unlike the rest of you.
Ooh.
Oh, look, and he's a long-time fan, but look, Gene Roseberry, who is an alt-left individual, would be proud, I'm sure. Gene Roseberry. Okay. Star Trek, in every decade it was on the air, has always been the definition of woke. I'm sorry, you had to hear it from me.
Yep.
So I'm kind of interested to know, what do you think, panel? Has Star Trek always been woke?
No.
I don't know what Gene Roseberry's done.
He's being ironic here. Absolutely. He's taking the piss with this.
Do you think?
We are.
But it's a good question. Has Star Trek always been woke?
No, it's always been good. It's always been progressive, but it always put science fiction and storytelling ahead of any sort of message, and it was allegorical, and it never lectured. It presented you with a situation and let you decide what the solution would be. Here, we just get berated and lectured and spoken
and that's
down
kind of
to.
like a definition of wokeness, isn't it? It demands compliance, really. More than
exactly.
Wokeness didn't exist when Star Trek came out. Wokeness wasn't a thing. It's only in the last 10 years.
I just realized my HOA is woke because they demand compliance too, and they'll fine the shit out of you if you don't comply.
The thing is that the writers that work on Star Trek, they're not competent enough to even pretend to write a good story. And if you don't have good storytelling, you can't get away with anything. I've watched things in my life that maybe had some kind of message that I didn't even agree with, but if the story is there and I'm enjoying the storytelling, there's a lot you can quote unquote get away with. Alex Kurtzman and his people don't have the minimum skills to tell even the most simple and stupid story.
You're right there, which is why they have to just rely on sort of modernisms, because they don't even have the imagination to do proper world building. So if they can't set up the world, they can't tell the story, and they certainly don't have the chops to deliver a decent allegorical
if you made
story.
me now the boss, if you made me the boss of Star Trek, like I wake up tomorrow and they say the job is yours, you can go and you can do whatever you want. It's not just like based on, me being a dick or anything. I'm walking in and I'm firing everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
There isn't one person that gets to stay. Like I'm firing every single person there, and I feel like it would be my duty to do it. Like if I didn't fire everybody immediately, I wouldn't be taking my job seriously.
Yeah, I might keep the lighting guys. I think they do.
Maybe the lighting.
Made me the boss of anything, I would fire everybody just on the power trip.
Yeah, and then I would.
This message does confuse wokeness with progression.
Progressive,
basically, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would fire myself because I
progressive.
wouldn't want to be associated with that crap. So after firing everybody, I would fire myself and leave them off to do their thing.
Why? You don't need to fire yourself. We say that we're done with all these shitty shows, and then we say we're starting a new show, and we're retconning all of these. These are some alternate timeline. We don't care about it, and we just do a real Star Trek show, and that's it.
Yeah, but I still would be associated with it. I couldn't handle that.
Price's show would have Kylie Minogue in the lead role.
Well, nothing wrong with that, man. What do you mean?
Imagine what Jane Roddenberry would think of this. Imagine what he thinks.
I already like what you're saying, Robot Head. I'm imagining Kylie Minogue and and Gina Carano with a hat. I would take that on the bridge over Holly Hunter and that like Jem Hadar or that other weird. Never mind. I don't want to say bad words. You go on.
It could be like
you imagine
Mad Max 3. It could be like Beyond Thunderdome, where it's like Master Blaster, and Kylie could be just on Gina's shoulders the whole time, getting carried around.
Can you imagine Kylie Minogue as Captain Janeway? That would have been awesome.
She's not the greatest.
She's walking around the bridge singing, "I should be so lucky." That'd be like.
It's not.
So let's move on from this and head into some things that piss me off. You know what pisses me off is actors saying stupid fucking things. So I'm pissed off all the time. And we've had a few this week.
See where this is going.
Daniel Craig went on record to say that the Austin Powers movies, I'm guessing, messed up the James Bond film franchise.
What?
Okay.
What is he thinking?
That's a load of bollocks. It didn't hurt the Pierce Brosnan Bonds at all. He's full of shit.
Oh, behave.
He's just trying to deflect responsibility. He's the one that did it.
Yeah, it's cope. Absolutely.
Sorry, Polly, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're okay. It just instantly makes me think of the original Casino Royale, which is a total spoof, right? And then that was like 1967. And then we have 21 Bond movies after that. So what's the issue, Daniel?
I want to just, I'm sidetracking here just a little bit, but like people lived through the Borat era where everyone was doing Borat impersonations. But the Austin Powers era where those films came out and things like Behave and, like just comments from those movies was an amazing time to live through where the whole world wanted to be Austin Powers for like, at least 5 minutes a day.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, I've gone off track there.
No, but,
I was just thinking about.
So, but hang on, he's saying that it's destroyed the franchise.
No, it was the Bourne Identity films is what fucked up James Bond because people realised you could have a serious, like what's that piece?
You know what the problem was? It jumped ship. Like it really had, like it was never serious, Bond. Do you know what I'm saying? It always had tongue-in-cheek, double entendres were there for humour.
But then it just got serious. We had Pierce
It went
Bronson
too
like
serious.
skydiving, or what would you even call it?
See, Pierce
Surfboard
Brosnan-
riding off the end of a waterfall. Like the effects were just getting shit and crap. And then we had Bourne Identity come out.
Yeah.
That was like a proper spy
A
thriller.
slick, proper.
And
yeah.
people were like, oh, I like that. That's what hurt James
That's
Bond.
exactly right. So that's what he had to compete with, and he
Yeah.
couldn't do it, right?
Not the
Yeah.
guy glorifying James Bond in the best way possible.
How does Craig explain the crappy writing and the shitty stories and the effeminate bullshit Bond? How does he do that? That's not Austin Powers'
He didn't
fault.
understand the history of his own franchise.
Yeah.
It would
But
have to be some
1967,
responsibility.
Casino
because-
Royale is the closest thing to Austin Powers. And we've had a whole history of Bond after that.
Johnny English.
Yeah, we had
Yes,
Johnny
Johnny
English as well.
English.
But, you know, you look at Austin Powers and every element in there is like straight from the original Casino Royale. The rotating bed. Peter Sellers is rolling around on that rotating bed to Ursula Andress. And, you know, and they've even got
That
some of the same
lucky
songs.
bastard.
Exactly. No one complained and, you know, found a problem of it, and they didn't stop making Bond then, did they?
It's a weird one
Yeah.
to come out with. Like, he's not even connected with the series anymore. I don't think he is.
Yeah.
He's never coming back.
No,
is he?
he-
He's not taking responsibility for the mess he made because he
Exactly.
was the only person there who could have actually fought it and said, no,
Yes.
it has to be like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
it
but
would
what's
have
the-
to be poison, right?
Yeah, what's the first thing that dies when you go woke? It's fun. It kills fun. And
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Bond's always had a sense of fun. Even
has.
as deadly serious as it was, it had a playfulness about it. And that's the first thing that they kill with woke is any sort of enjoyment or fun.
He's also a grumpy guy, Daniel Craig. He never gave off the feeling of like fun. In the movie Casino Royale, in his version, that's the only one that he was still trying to prove that he could do something. After that first Casino Royale movie, like with him with Daniel Craig, all of his movies he just looked like a grumpy sourpuss the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Not
Yeah,
attractive.
he's
just
like
not
the
attractive.
Harrison Ford of whatever country he's from. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
but
you say,
the old
women
version
don't find it
Harrison
attractive that he's a grumpy jerk?
No, he's not attractive. Austin Powers was more attractive. You know, really.
He couldn't carry the sort of, even if it's not a joke, there's in one of them, I'm mixing up his film, but, you know, says about him being gay and he's like, you know, why do you think this is my first time or something? But it's said in
God.
a deadpan sort of way, you know, like Roger Moore would have like, you know, why do you think this is my first time? Like sort of overplayed it. Like Roger Moore's not the best to go to as an example, but he's just so flat. How did he get his wife? Isn't he married to...
Rachel
Emily.
Weisz, yeah. I don't know how he got her.
She's lovely.
Yeah, Robot Head, I do want to point, look at the dress Liz Hurley is wearing. I could see her on the bridge of the Enterprise. Just saying she would work well with Kylie Minogue there. So
She would
She
fit
is
well in
surprisingly
Galaxy
good.
Quest.
What's that, Melvin?
Yeah.
She'd fit in Galaxy Quest dressed like that.
She's amazing.
I think
good,
you'd find her a role in anything, let's face it.
but she's surprisingly good in that role. Like she's so funny, like her comedy timing, and
she's great.
She's great in that role. The yes, there's many jokes from Austin Powers. I don't know if the youth are into Austin Powers. It's probably an old man thing now, but he's
What was,
yeah,
your
Liz
favorite,
Hurley.
what was your favorite quote from the movie Robot Head?
My favorite joke is when he's in the hot tub and she says, "In my homeland, your women come second," and he goes, "And sometimes not at all."
or something.
and the look on his face.
The
I
one
do like
that
it when he's in the shower. You know,
I was shaking the leg.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shaking
yeah.
leg, yeah. The one that I don't know, the strangest quote that I found myself saying a lot is the thing that he says, "I also like to live dangerously," when it's like the dumbest thing that he says
Yeah.
in that poker table, whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
he's about to lose, and like, "Sir, you have 21," and he's like, "I also like to live dangerously." I don't know why. It's like it's such a stupid line.
it is so funny. It is. Yeah.
Is
Reagan
it because his
Reynolds
bet's
just had a
so
good
fucking
comment there.
ridiculous?
No, I think he got 21. Like that's the point. He won, and he was still throwing it in or something. It's funny.
Yeah, I like the radar gag. It just had me rolling in my seat and really set the tone for the movie.
Which is the radar gag?
Oh, in the beginning, when they're like, they see the rocket on radar, and it looks like a big, and then there's cock, get over here.
Oh, look, Raging Rhino said, "Do I make you horny, baby?"
Rhino, poor guy's at work. We wanted him in today to talk about Star Wars, but he had to go live a proper life. But it's nice that he's listening. Yeah,
But don't you think it's interesting? Like Daniel's whinging and full of excuses. Not one other Bond actor said anything after the original comedy.
Yeah, even David Niven didn't whine or complain about it.
Yeah.
They all knew what a ride it was, except for the stupid Australian that did one movie and then said no to doing any more.
George Lazenby.
Well, lack of gratitude is also a sort of function of woke. You have these people with a complete lack of the wonderful rabbit hole that they fell down and the great life that they have because they feel entitled and deserving of it. And so you see zero amount of gratitude for the exceptional life that they have the privilege of living.
And you mentioned woke, and if these idiots had a brain, Austin Powers is like the wokest film, except woke is a terrible thing. It's just normal in my eyes. He is pointing out all the things wrong with the old attitudes of womanizing and sleeping around. And like, it actually is a film pointing out that, that James Bond wasn't this sort of great character, but done in a fun way that we get to enjoy the message in a sense.
And that era is over.
Yeah.
I read
exactly.
an article a few years ago about somebody doing the maths over James Bond, the things that he's done, and I was saying he's a psychopath. He's killed this many people. He's killed this many women. Statistically, he would have caught this many STDs, and his liver would be gone.
Good for him. It makes him a superhero, man. He's
To be fair, I never saw him just get up and sort of stand in the corner, hunched over, trying to put a condom on.
Yeah. But Robot Head, you're right. But the problem is the way that they point out the problems with James Bond in a funny way is even more problematic to wokies.
Yes.
Like they find Austin Powers even more offensive than the original Bond. So.
Oh, he's great. But he's not the only one to say something stupid and to do, I suppose, the same.
Yeah, not even. And this next one, if it's what I think it is way more stupid.
Is it this one? Was it the Silence of the Lambs one?
Yeah, because this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. For one, the guy wasn't a trans person. He wasn't trying to become a woman. He was trying to wear them. And they even said, Anthony Hopkins said, it wasn't about becoming, it was about coveting. It's a serial killer first who just happened to want to wear women's skin. That's not any trans person I know.
And just for the listeners out there, so they don't think it's just talking about his personal life, we're talking about the Silence of the Lambs actor star Ted Levine. Is that he says it's fucking wrong? The movie vilified trans. Well, he's talking about his role in Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill, one of the greatest performances ever in a film.
Read this. What does it say?
There are certain aspects of the movie, this is the actor saying, that don't hold up too well. We all know more, and I'm a lot wiser about transgender issues. There are some lines in that scripted movie that are unfortunate.
So dumb.
One, he didn't write them. Listen, man, his job is to shut the hell up and just say the lines.
Exactly.
So one, screw you, you're not responsible. But now if he said the movie was offensive to serial killers, that might work. But Buffalo Bill wasn't a trans person. He was a mentally ill, psychotic serial killer.
What
it just happened?
Lotion in the basket.
Yes.
What he's saying is worse. Like, he's actually having a go at the trans community, because I don't think anyone sat there going, oh, look at this trans person. We're all this guy's demented. He's like skinning people and wearing them. Oh, look, now he's doing the girl and dressing her and singing to himself. We don't, like, not for 1 second did I think that he was a trans person. He's just a psychopath. Like, he's just mental.
Yeah. He's the one equating trans people with serial killers, not anybody else.
Right. Nobody was even saying this. He just came out of the woodwork to say it. Maybe he's trying to stay relevant, really.
That's all he's doing.
I mean,
bullshit.
He was ahead of his time. He liked fat chicks because they had lots of skin. I mean, no one else did back then. Now everyone likes fat chicks. So, Like, I think he
It's
was.
weird how that went, isn't it? When everybody
Yeah.
likes women with huge bums these days, and it's like, when did that become a thing?
Yeah, but
Wait, I liked it how it was
a whole
before.
nother
Why are you doing
topic.
this to me?
he forced him to go on a starvation diet the last week. So that was kind of mean. But I believe this is the guy on that show Monk about the autistic detective with the guy from Wings.
I never watched.
Yeah, he's the guy who played.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he played the police captain in that. He looks
really?
pretty different. Yeah.
Oh, did he? He's a
Yeah,
great
for
actor.
like 6-7 years. I mean, he's had a full career. I don't know why he decided to come out and say something this
Somebody
fucking
probably asked him a question, and he, we'll
he
say
freaked
something.
out.
Yeah, we'll say something like in his defense. Maybe he got the question out of the blue and thought, I need to recover here. I need to say
Yes.
something quick. What
Oh,
did I say? What did I say?
He's a
yeah,
scratch
well, we-
answer.
That
Yeah, we do know that reporters are the enemy. They are the ones that are purposely trying to trap, because there are a lot of actors now that really just don't want to talk about politics and they don't want to get involved, and they're being set up by the
smart-
media.
It's disappointing
remember-
to hear anything mess with this character, though, isn't it? Because it was just such a brilliant character.
Oh, his performance.
I mean,
in that
he
film
was
is
one of the scariest
incredible.
psychos we've ever seen. And he
Yeah.
stayed with you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
He's wearing those night vision goggles, and he's
Yes.
like his hands coming out to touch her and stuff in the dark.
And
he was great.
I don't see him offering to give back the money or give back the fame, fortune, and career that he made off of playing Buffalo Bill. If he was really serious, then maybe give back all the money he made.
To give him some, like, this is being overly generous, but like, it must be a minefield in Hollywood. And it's probably a bit harder now that it's turning back the other way. Like a couple of years ago, everyone was saying this. He seems a bit late to the boat. Like, it must be difficult if your career is not in a position where you sort of, you're getting offers all the time. You feel like you got to say these things, like they will just stop careers and end people's
Well, I mean,
livelihood.
for
But you can
saying
also
this,
just shut your
he
mouth.
could be the next Star Trek captain, couldn't he? For that.
No,
Yeah.
but he
That could get him up.
True.
no, he's
Beat up
pretty.
shit.
He's pretty old. I mean, I can see like, who the fuck's Ted Levine? Who gives a shit what that guy says? Like, he's in the twilight of his career anyway. He is not really relevant. He didn't really need this. For all we know, this interview was like from 10 years ago or something. I don't know.
Or,
So hang on, clear something up for me, because did he say that he did play this as a trans person, or did he say that he wasn't playing a trans person?
I guess he said he was, because
Yeah.
he's equating the serial killer role with trans. So nobody else said it. That's for sure.
Imagine he comes in, he's a psychopath. He's like, I'm sorry, not all trans people are killer, and the rest of the world's going, we didn't think you were trans. Like, what? Oh,
Just that
It's
one
on
person
the
in
level of the what do you call it? The goblins in Harry Potter being anti-Semitic. It's like, you said that. We didn't say
yeah.
that. You said that. I didn't see the resemblance, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 68 years old, so he could still play the military general, or the old retired chief of police kind of thing. But for the most part, he's not the kind of guy. He's a character actor. He's not really, he doesn't have a lot of roles ahead of him anyway, especially with AI coming around the corner. So I don't even know why he decided to open his mouth at all, really.
The best part of that movie is when the whole SWAT team or whatever goes, and you think that they're gonna bust into his house,
The wrong
and she
house.
goes to the other place thinking that she's following a stupid lead, and she ends up being where he's at, and they're just like at an empty house or something.
It was great.
And you could also say that the Buffalo Bill character was loosely based on Ed Gein, right? And Ed Gein wasn't trans, so then why make the connection?
Yeah,
There
it was
there was
a
a real serial killer American called Ed Gein, and that
yeah,
is
yeah. I
roughly
think
who
Buffalo
he
Bill was a
Tell me about that
composite
story.
character. He was a composite of a couple of characters. The books were written by Thomas Harris, and the guy is an exceptional writer. He's really brilliant. His books are great.
does it
So-
yourself.
Yeah, they were well researched and well crafted, and so, but they were definitely based on real life. There were elements of the Zodiac. There were elements of Ted Bundy in there.
Leatherface and Texas Chainsaw Massacre was also loosely based on Ed Gein.
All right.
Yeah, that guy was pretty scary too. Ed Gein was a messed up one.
And
I mean, they're all messed up, but you know.
Why would you want to sort of hurt your legacy? Like
Yeah,
that film,
That's what's so confusing here.
but you think of Anthony Perkins, you can meme on that character.
Yes.
And then Buffalo Bill, there's memes on that character. Like
Yeah.
he's just as strong and
It is. Yeah, he is. He's
remembered
great.
for that film as Anthony Perkins and everyone in that film. And it's sort of like, why would you do that? You know? So I'm saying Anthony Perkins. You know why? Because I was thinking of Anthony Perkins from
Hopkins.
Yes, Anthony Hopkins. That's in. I was going to mention Anthony Perkins because no one blamed him for being a trans for Psycho.
Oh, true.
He could get it. He could get the same accusation as him.
Yeah.
Like we didn't watch Psycho and think, like, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, trans weirdo.
Well, he
There's
didn't have
something-
a
Yeah.
in his face, did he?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, well-
something at the end of Psycho that somebody asks the guy if he's a transvestite or something. Do you remember the dialogue at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, you're right.
it was a rare occasion where they used that word, which was probably a very early, maybe the first time they used it in a film.
And it's said in a medical ways. It's sort of like he's a transvestite, and sort of explains what that is.
Yeah, that clip would probably amuse me now, although I don't know why. Maybe it would amuse Ted Levine too.
Yeah, Ed Gein used to make, skin suits and other articles of clothing out of the skin, but he used Bundy's abduction method. And Gary M. Heidnick was the guy who used to keep them in the basement pit. So
All right.
Good
he
times.
used to, Gein used to make masks fashioned from the bodies of his victims. That's why he's so creepy.
Didn't they recently make a movie about Gain, whatever, for Netflix?
Yeah.
With
They made
Charlie
a couple.
Hunnam?
There's an older one as well.
Yeah, there was one I think last year. I didn't watch it. I don't really groove on that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Isn't
it
there a
sounds
good
like
film
a bummer.
I haven't watched with Michael Rooker that played a serial killer.
Yeah.
Might be based on one of those guys too.
True crime stuff is like 90% geared to women anyway. There's that woman in Australia that has Ted Bundy tattooed all over her body. She's a weird one.
Oh,
You
women
know what
are-
I'm talking about?
Yeah, they love
True
those
crime.
killers.
Yeah.
Sorry, why do women love true crime? You're right, Istaphobos. They do love it, but I don't know why. Why do they enjoy watching this?
Because they live with men and they want to kill them. they look at their husband every day and then they watch a show on a woman murdering their husband and they just think, yep, any day now they're going to be making a show about me.
But anyway, back to this, right? Back to these two last comments. We're just basically coming to the conclusion that actors shouldn't give us their opinions.
Yeah.
Really. Don't let them speak because they are better off just saying other people's lines for a living. That's it. They're not
Yeah.
interesting. They're not intelligent. They're not well informed. Just be quiet.
It's like Boba Fett. You're a lot cooler when we don't know anything about
Yeah.
you.
That's right. Just keep it.
Oh, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Jeff and Ada, the Colossal, $10. Thank you very much. G'day, Robot Head, on the topic of Star Trek Academy. Here's your weekly compensation for watching it, so we don't have to. This week was a struggle, so we might get into it later, or we might give it a miss for a week because it's driving people crazy. And come on, come up. And here we've got just become a member.
Jamalama.
Jamalama. Great name. I love the
Hey, Jamma.
Hey,
Yeah, Gemma's an old friend of many of the channels that we frequent.
Just checking we're up to date with those. So yes, actors should keep it quiet. They're going to wreck it for all of us. But now we have to talk about something we've been watching. So you know what that means.
What you want? What you want? What you want? What you want? What you watching? What you watching? Fill your eye holes, not your pie holes, or your other holes. Nah, watching. What you watching? Robot head is watching, bitch.
That's right. Robot Head's watching, bitch. And we're watching the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer that came out. And my God, are the shills fucking going off their heads? They are so excited about this trailer that was pretty much garbage. But before I ask everyone if they've watched the trailer, I do love the effort that Lucasfilm's going into these days. This is the new poster they've released. Could you design a worse fucking poster? Like, just the framing of the shot to begin with is terrible. And then look at the text down there. Look at the font. The Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu. Like, who the fuck put this together? Like,
AI put it together.
do you reckon even AI would do a better job than this? Like, the balance is all off. He's bloody Mando's dropping off the frame. The text is fucking horrible. And
It's not to even
lined up
call it
wrong.
that. Even the name, the Mandalorian and Grogu. Why would you not just call it the Mandalorian?
Yeah, or Mando and Grogu, even if you needed to make sure that you had the little fuzzy Muppet in there. But AI is still a little bit rough with letters. So, yeah, they probably just took the first one the prompt spit out, slapped it on the poster. They didn't even try.
Say the name, like, just call it the Mandalorian. Or give it a name, like Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back or something, The Hunt Continues or, The Bounty Hunter or something. Like,
or the never-ending fetch quest.
Yes, the never-ending fetch quest. That's perfect.
The reason they're doing this is because they want it to do well in searches, meaning if you want to Google Grogu or the Mandalorian, this will come up. They're only thinking now about Google searches. They don't have a strong enough brand or product.
Algorithms.
It
Bryce,
used to be
you're so right. I didn't even think of that. They're just doing the thumbnail version of advertising for YouTube where you're trying to pick the right thumbnail.
Right.
Things that people will click on and search for. Fuck me.
This is the thumbnail version, and that's why also they have big Mando, big Grogu face. It's not even there's no art going into this. That's one. I have another theory. This one's like a more conspiracy one. Maybe Jon Favreau was asked to make this movie as kind of like he wasn't so excited anymore about doing this, but he made this movie. Maybe Iger requested it. And then by the time that it came to Lucasfilm marketing it, maybe, they're doing on purpose. They're making it not good. Maybe they want it to fail. I think it would fail anyways, but I think they really want it to fail.
It's odd how badly this is being handled. It's odd, the marketing. Like, it's hard to even put into words how bad they are handling this film. That doesn't even seem like a film. Like, it doesn't even. It's just a TV show that they're putting on the big screen, but no one wants to admit that. Like, it doesn't. We don't even know who the villain is. We don't know what the film's about. We don't know. There's nothing to draw you to the cinema besides Mandalorian and Grogu. And if you like Mandalorian and Grogu, come. And we don't care if anyone else comes. It's like they want to lose money on this one.
Are you saying just?
I really think that. I think that
on the trailer
there's
too.
sabotage. I can't imagine that somebody would purposely, market it like that. Look at a movie like The Last Jedi. As bad as that movie is, when that trailer came out for The Last Jedi, it seemed like it would be a good movie. They knew how to create a trailer that like pulls the right heartstrings or does something. They're not even trying with this movie. This movie, it's like they want you not to see it.
But they've got Sigourney, haven't they?
The irony is, I'll probably pay to see this.
Oh, I love look at that shot. I love the smell of X-Wings in the morning.
Yeah.
Smells like victory.
Terrible,
like,
isn't it?
yeah, it's awful. And God, they're just relying so much. They're going back to member berries, but you get no sense of anything that's happening or the story. And it's just a continuation of the fetch quest after fetch quest after fetch quest that the actual show was. I DM'd you that meme, Robot Head. You don't have to show it, but just to remind you. But that was AI, except it was guided by me to make sure it actually made sense. And I saw the trailer and I'm like, you know what? I like the Tauntaun ones better, actually.
But is Sigourney in this one, or have I got that wrong?
Yeah.
She's in it. They have to make sure they show, the girl bosses.
Right.
Look at the image on screen. This is the image of him coming into a city there. How fucking ugly that is. Like, it just... And then the crazy thing was online, we had the shills and the supposed fans that I'm sure are all bots, because I don't think there are any real fans, just going, oh, the critics of They're Quiet Now and Cinema's back, and, oh, the colour grading experts aren't saying much. It's like... Are you fucking serious? This is like one of the ugliest things I've ever fucking seen. Like, it's just dark, horrible garbage that looks like shit. Like, I don't know what they're watching that I'm missing.
This is kind of surreal to me. Everything about this, from when they first announced it, the Mandalorian and Grogu, everything just seems really strange. It's hard to believe it's a real thing, and now it's finished, I suppose, and it's getting ready to be released. And even then, the trailers, the posters, all the talk about it, what people are saying about it, what the shelves are saying about it, it's just like, this can't be real. If you're making a parody of, like, let's pretend we're making a film and see how we'll get actors to play all the idiots trying to promote it and see that who can think up the stupidest line. It's exactly how you would do it. It's
Yeah, remember though, this was season 4 of The Mandalorian that the last minute they decided to turn into a movie, and that never works out very well. So we're going to see a lot of disjointed and incoherent editing, a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense, plot lines that get dropped because they don't have the time. Go ahead.
Even then, the last season of Mandalorian was so shit. Everybody hated it. And what did they, when they get to the end, they go, that was so good, we'll make a movie. And it's like, no.
No, you have to remember, the last season was great. It was only because of the toxic fans that, it got a bad reputation. If you ask Filoni, man, they made a perfect season 3. It was just fans were too stupid to realize how good it was. So, yeah.
Yep. The only peak they've had that really hit with people, and I thought it was a bit over the top and pandering, but that's fine, was the end of season 2 with Luke Skywalker. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. I've been coughing all bloody week. And if this film had come out after that and they'd fucked off Grogu because he was with Luke, even if he went and visited him or something in the film, and we had a bounty hunter film, we could have got something half decent. But they're going with this Grogu thing that they didn't even set up. It was a surprise to them that Grogu was popular. They didn't even have toys ready when he first came out. So I don't know how you look at this little fucking thing and think that kids aren't going to like it. But
look at the buffed arms of the Jabba. That's not what their arms look like. They're little tiny T-Rex arms. What the? It looks like Amelia Clark scroll arms on there. What the hell's going on there?
In the books, there was a Hutt that was a Jedi, and it was actually a buff.
Was that a good idea? Was that something we should have kept with?
No, I don't think so. But remember,
not all the ideas in the books we should keep.
Listen, it's not their fault. They don't have any ideas. They are putting this stuff out because the shareholders demand it. It's content. It's not a story. They don't have any ideas. They don't have stories to tell. They just have to put stuff on screen for the sake of putting it on screen. So it's not entirely their fault.
When The Mandalorian started, it was actually a good idea. It was the man with no name in space.
Yeah,
and it was like weekly stories, and it had like one kind of arc that run through it, but it was like a monster of the week kind of thing, job of the week, case of the week,
which should have been the Boba Fett story.
And then you had like the arc of Grogu and things like that, and just little things carried on, but mostly it was a different story every week, and that's exactly what we wanted.
It was still
easy. It was cheap to make. It would have been cheap to write and easy to write.
But I went back and watched the first season. There were some great moments, like with Werner Herzog and Gus Fring, but otherwise the show itself was fairly boring, actually, and it didn't really play all that well on the rewatch. It was new and fresh, and it was the best thing we had gotten. But really, season 1 could have been a movie, actually, and you could have cut out. There's so much filler, and it really is just like, go get the thing to find the thing to point you to the guy who's going to give you the thing that leads you to the mother where you don't want to eat her things.
There was a lot of goodwill. There was fan goodwill because it felt like they were trying to do something that wasn't annoying fans. And I think that there was this kind of positive wave of support. And it was like the only chance they had to try to fix a little bit of the mess that they made, and they blew it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the best thing you can say about something is, well, it didn't offend me, that's not really a gleaming recommendation there.
Yeah. Nurgle, 11. More, I've got to say it's like an Aussie, it's 20 beautiful Australian dollars. More beer. Not fucking Foster's. Of course it's not fucking Foster's. We don't even know what that bloody shit is over here. And just quickly, also, is that 1975 Seems a good time to be alive. You just got born in time, if it's your birth date, to see Star Wars. I'm not sure there are enough super chats to pay for the therapy you'll need to watch all this crap between SA and Acolyte. It's true, you know, the super chats do help me get through the week, so feel free to join in. Or coffee that I've got down there. Price, keep your fucking mouth shut about coffee. Don't mention it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Coffee, if you want to go to coffee as well. They take less of a cut in coffee, but thank you very much. Is there any more? Maybe I should just be okay. I'll be quiet. You go back to the chat. I'm just jumping away for one sec, guys.
I just
keep
kept
talking
thinking,
about
is there
this.
something I'm missing when I'm watching this? Is there a story in there somewhere?
There's nothing in here. That's the problem. That's why it feels so empty. It's just some member berries and mindless action scenes and stuff that's is already not going to make sense. And they're focusing on the little. It's like, look at the cute little puppet Yoda. Look, isn't he? Remember Yoda? Remember the guys remember the speeders? Remember the bombs? Like, there's nothing in here that you can really connect to that's telling a compelling narrative. There's nothing here.
It's just zero.
Yeah, that's why I thought the Tauntauns were better. At least they sort of look like, they look like the big flying thing on Neverending Story. That's why I came up with the Neverending Fetch Quest, because it's like that big. I don't even know the name of the man.
Good Luck Dragon.
Yeah. So it's like towing Mando and little Grogu on a sled. And Grogu, what kind of stupid fucking name is that? Like, that is so Filoni. Filoni is just so in love with his own farts that he can't see past. So the more Filoni's involved,
it's like he's ripping off yogurt.
Yeah.
Spaceballs. It's too similar.
I bet they're not even going to explain how his little impractical one-man fighter turned into another Razor Crest. They're just going to, you know what? We don't have any room for bounties in this thing. So we'll just I'll bet they're not even going to bother to explain it. Nothing about this makes any kind of sense.
What gets me now, I had a video come out earlier today. Please go watch it. YouTube hate me at the moment. But anyway, a video on this trailer. And what got me is with the fans, is the Disney shills and fans, is they just love recognizing things. Like when Empire was advertised, or we first got a glimpse of the AT-ATs, or the AT-AT, that's a big argument with people if it's AT-AT or AT-AT, but I go with AT-AT. The excitement of seeing those things on the big screen was incredible. But now the fans want every character out of the cartoons, every person they've seen before. They want references to other films. They want every line to be a callback to the prequels, the OT. They want everything to have been seen before, and it makes them feel good. It's
makes
fucking
them feel
weird.
Comfortable.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like that's all they look for. And they're so excited. I'm pumped for this. We're back. I keep seeing online. Keep seeing how greatest thing ever. This has shut everyone up. It's going to be huge. It's like, what is exciting you? You could watch the other 3 seasons and see all this already. There's nothing in this that you haven't seen before, except for a jacked fucking Jabba the Hutt slug creature, which just looks insane. Or driving a pusher that goes at like 100 miles an hour or something. Or eating biscuits again. Like, there's something mentally wrong. I don't know if they've born this way, or the film industry has been smart enough to teach people by making shit for a decade now what to get excited about. No, they're doing it for what's the next MCU movie? They're bringing back Doomsday. They're just talking about who's coming back. That's the only excitement in that film is who's coming back. Fucking Robert Downey Jr. is getting another role as a different character just to bring him back, because these fucking weirdos need to see the same things to feel good. It's weird.
No, they don't though. Look at the numbers. It's a small amount of people that get off on the nostalgia and the number berries. That's the only card they have to play.
But why are they providing for these people that they think that's the audience? Like, they see these fucking weirdos online wanting the same thing over and over. Why do they think that's the audience we should shape? Are they that stupid?
Why do
it's the only.
Why are the Hutt speaking English though in the trailer? Did anybody?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
Nobody
the only
mentioned that.
thing
Why
they
are
have.
English?
Well,
They
Price,
don't
if you
have-
watched my excellent video, I did mention that. So,
I
like,
think,
you,
yeah.
Yeah.
you've been
I
found
didn't
out
see it
now.
yet. I'm sorry. Did you? I think you posted it today, maybe.
Yeah.
Is it from today? Because today I was doing a lot of stuff all day. Was it from today, the video?
It was. Now, listen,
Yeah.
you know the rules. You got to praise me. Tell me how good I am. Make sure you keep up to date with the videos. My ego is very, very fragile.
I was preparing for a stream, but I promise you, I always watch your videos regardless, so I will watch it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I watched
Bryce,
the
we'll back
video
next
this
week.
morning. It was very good. But you have to understand, they don't have any ideas, these nostalgia drops. It's the only card they have to play. You ask why they play it. It's the only thing they know how to do, except for Jon Favreau, who gave us some good stuff. And that's why we had these good moments in seasons 1 and 2. But a lot of that stuff, you can tell the whole story was overridden by management. They had to bring Grogu back. It's the only card they have to play, which is why they drop it. But there's not enough of those weirdo fans to sustain these properties. But they literally don't know how to do anything else.
This is what I think they're counting on. They're doing this trailer. It has Mandalorian. It has Grogu in it. And they're hoping that when this thing comes out, parents that have children are just going to be like, well, we have to take them to see some movie. Oh, look, it's
Yes.
Baby Yoda. It's this, it's that.
It
And
is.
maybe there's just enough parents that need to plant their kids in some seat in a theater that'll just want to take them to a movie, and they'll take them to this one. That's what I'm thinking to myself. I think that they invested less money in this movie than they have in a lot of their other movies. It's
What is the
basically,
budget?
what'd you say?
What
It's
is the budget?
150, I think.
That's the lying budget. That's not the real budget. Disney's
Yes.
never been honest about that.
Right, but even with their lies, I think that like this one looks like at least they spent less money on it. It feels like a few episodes of the TV show stitched together. They'll put it in the theater. They're hoping parents will take their kids. Now I don't know if it'll work, but if they can walk away with like
How many movies does Pedro
Yep.
have in his contract of his?
Oh, nobody knows. But you have to remember, Disney TV shows cost more than movies. They're going to need at least $600 million to break even on this thing at the box office. But they're going to count the money that they pay themselves to throw it on Disney Plus, and it'll all be a nice little PR thing. But the fact is, they're panicking because this film is tracking to do very poorly, and they're already starting to freak out. That's why they had to push out this trailer so soon.
Only
because of
because Pedro. I
Yeah.
think, like Pedro, I reckon said, I'm only coming back if the helmet comes off again because he wants to be a movie star.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, that's what he's going. But it just made me laugh that they even do it in the trailer. Like that could have been something left. We've seen his face.
Yeah, we've
like
seen
every
it done
season.
already.
So we've
Yeah.
done that. It's
something
not a
new.
reveal. But then, word of mouth, he takes his helmet off again. It's completely different. If they were smart, he would have never have taken his helmet off or took it
Exactly.
off once.
Yeah, they don't need Pedro for this role, though.
Yeah,
they
you
can
don't
just
get-
have the guy in the suit and get somebody with a gravelly voice. They don't need Pedro at all to make this show.
The beauty of keeping the mask on is they could have changed the actor anytime they wanted,
Yeah.
multiple times, and run the show for decades with different actors, and nobody would have known.
Who's
his
the
voice isn't anything.
Mandalorian's?
Sorry, go
Who's
on.
his mo for? Why would you grow a mo when you never take your helmet off?
It would be very uncomfortable
Wouldn't you
under a
just
helmet
shave
the
your
whole
head
time.
as well? Like it's sort of the heat in there. Like, but why would you manicure a mo for no one that's ever going to see it, just for yourself? I suppose there's enough reason
Well,
there. But like,
Pedro never shaves his own off. That's the only reason he has it, because he won't,
he's got to have to offer those mustache rides to all the
No,
guys.
he's
Yeah, they don't call it the pedo stash for nothing, right?
No,
with
he's
his-
worried that if he shaves his mustache, it'll look like he doesn't like women.
no, he's in a Hollywood good
We've
man.
got the new photos out with his boyfriend, the guy he's staying at the
Oh,
hotel
really?
with, and that wrecked it. Like no one's even making fun of him because it was more fun when he was denying it and then like licking lightsabers and stuff at dance parties. That was more fun. Seeing him with his some guy he's rooting, it's like that's no fun. Can't make fun of that. We want him to pretend he's straight.
Well, also, I think the mustache, they need to make sure that you know that this guy is like a BIPOC, that he's a marginalized group. He's Latino. Without the mustache, he could pass for white, and they can't have that. So,
There's a lot in this trailer where like Grogu's putting his armor on and they're like separated, Mando's with the big monster. I wouldn't be surprised if they get separated early on and it's just the Grogu movie with him trying to get back to save Mando. Because there's a lot in the trailer that sort of him on his own. He's meditating on his own. He's putting his armor on his own. He's traveling with the other little puppets, the little Muppet movie scenes where he's going across the wasteland. I wouldn't be surprised, it turns into the Grogu movie coming to rescue the Mandalorian.
Well, you have to understand, Pedro was in about 17 movies. In the meantime, between the time they filmed this and it's coming out, they didn't anticipate all of them doing so poorly. So they might have actually cut out some Pedro and replaced him with Grogu because his movies have not been successful, and he has not turned out to be the draw that they were hoping he would be either. People have Pedro fatigue.
Is if they replaced Pedro with Grogu in all those movies, those romantic comedies, all those films with Grogu.
Improve them.
Yeah. Could you see The Last of Us with Grogu escorting Ellie through the wasteland?
It could only improve it, actually.
Yeah. I agree. But, people kind of got sick of the guy. We got overdosed with the too much Pedro, and now they're sort of stuck with him. If they were smart, they would do a recast.
In Game of Thrones, I really liked him. Like, I thought he was great in that role.
And
because he got killed.
He got his head popped like a pimple. But but since then, my God, is he fucking annoying. And this role, this whole thing of Mando should be so simple. Like you're saying, it's just the lone cowboy, the lone gunsman. It should have been so simple to get right. And they've just fucked it up from the beginning.
Now he's the babysitter.
Yeah, he's the babysitter of the fucking puppet. It's a Muppet movie.
And I should remind you that the whole wolf and cub trope, it's a boy, not a baby, for fuck's sake.
Right.
Like you can't really do much with an infant. It's not a character.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. Toddlers are annoying, unless they're your own maybe, but they're genuinely annoying. So like this cuteness thing, I didn't see anything in this for young teenage boys, which Star Wars is meant to be aimed at.
Right.
Like they don't give a fuck about the cute puppet.
Yeah, or teenage girls for that matter.
It's actually a good thing that you don't see anything in this for young teenage boys. It's like, that is actually good, because then they'll go and watch something else.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want them to do.
Yeah, I'll bet Pedro's disappointed, though, that there's no young teenage boys.
It's just it's a very expensive Funko Pop ad.
And that's another issue. Is this movie, you really think it's going to sell any merchandise? Disney is taking such a bath on the drop of Star Wars merchandise sales over the past 10 years. It's been a huge financial disaster for them.
And nothing to do with what I do online talking about this. I do not know a kid that's into Star Wars anymore. I just don't. No nephews or friends' kids that... I don't know any kids that give a shit about Star Wars or are watching any of this. Like even Skeleton Crew and that. They just, I don't know if it's different in the States or in the UK or anything, but it's just dead here.
It's the same here. They're all into Minecraft and Roblox.
You could just say that really when it comes to the original trilogy, it's old, and everything after the original trilogy is just not that good, and it's getting progressively worse. I think Star Wars is kind of, painful to say it, but it's kind of run its course, and they've moved on to things like Harry Potter now.
Yeah, it's a dead brand, and this is not going to resurrect it. And it's true. If you talk to kids or interact with them, they'll tell you what they like, and you're never going to hear them talk about Star Wars.
I think the original fans are going to be taking their kids.
Well, that's what they should have gone for, but they hated the original. Yeah. They hated middle-aged men that like Star Wars. They didn't want them. And
so they've shot themselves in the foot.
Oh,
yeah, you're only going to have one small section of kids into this, and those are the ones that are into Legos because they've never given up on the Star Wars Legos. But that is not a group large enough to sustain the franchise.
Lego Star Wars is more successful than Star Wars.
But wouldn't you say all of those characters and accessories, all of that has already been put out there into the world? So like a decade ago, like everything we've seen in Australia has already been bought.
Yeah, there's nothing new here. That's why I said, do you think this movie is going to sell any merchandise? It's not.
No, I really don't think it is.
And look how shitty this looks. Like compare this to even Phantom Menace. It doesn't even look as good as the original prequels, man.
I think a big wake up for me, or a big something I learned. Well, like growing up, I thought I was a big Star Wars fan. You know, knew lots of other kids. We all love Star Wars, but I think we actually loved movies more than just loving Star Wars, because we would go. I mentioned this in the video. We would go see Back to the Future, Ghostbusters. Like, we loved the adventure of all those films, and Star Wars was sitting above all that. Now the new weirdos are just into Star Wars, so they think everything's great. They got nothing to frame it against, or
no reference.
no reference whatsoever of what's a good film, what's a bad film. So, like, all us old Star Wars fans are also Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones, Alien. We're fans of all those things, and Star Wars was a magic little thing that existed above all that, was our true love that we grew up with. But we loved all those other films. Now they're just going for weirdos that just like Star Wars. And they compare it to other Star Wars, and they don't even like the original Star Wars. They just like Disney Star Wars, and they like the cartoons more than anything. So if you can do a live action cartoon, they'll be happy. They're never getting out of this. They're never getting back to what we grew up with.
No, you know why?
We loved stories. That's what we loved. We loved the stories that the movies delivered to us.
The thing is, once you take generations of fans and just ignore them because you think they're bums, you end up losing. If you look at an example where something succeeded, like Cobra Kai, notice how they never disrespected the legacy characters. Not only that, they wanted to respect anything from those original movies, even to a fault. If there was an actor that said one sentence in one of those movies, they brought him back to the show. Now he's like 100. He'll be there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they went all out. Like, they just wanted to show that they're respecting whatever that was there. And you know what? It's a good balance. They brought some newer characters. They even did a little bit of diversity, or whatever you want to call it. But they never disrespected the older characters. They found a good balance between old generation, new generation, and they did something good. And if Star Wars, if Disney weren't idiots, that's what they would have done. But they are idiots, so they didn't do it.
And
that's another difference. But
because it was either season 2 or 3, it started to be more focused on the kids, which sort of was losing interest. And then they seemed to draw it back to bringing back more of the original characters again. Like, they seemed to really follow what the audience wanted more. Right. And it shouldn't be a hard thing to do. You know what the original characters were. Like,
you see these guys on Twitter, they admit, and I just wonder what it's like. I just like anything Star Wars. I'm a brand whore. It doesn't matter. Put the sticker on and I'll buy it. It's like, what kind of person is proud of the fact that they have no taste and no discernment? And Price, you brought up something. That's the difference again between progressive and woke, is that progressive doesn't have to tear down the old stuff to elevate the new stuff. And that's exactly what woke does. But you will never bring in new generations of fans by disrespecting the old ones. And you will never sustain a brand unless you keep bringing in new generations of fans.
And just as a film, this looks ugly, muddy, and depressing, and it's got a toddler in it. Like, it's like something that would have come out in the 80s and just died. Like, they were trying to latch onto the Star Wars vibe, but they just got it wrong, and
just inject some excitement into the thing.
Some beauty. Like, everything's ugly in it. Like, and I'm just lost for words for how fucking shit this film
got Grogu running up and down here, and it's like to put a suit on a penguin. It's the most ridiculous fucking thing I've ever seen.
No, I mean,
now is a penguin running around.
It looks ridiculous, and oh God, but then I don't even know what those little guys called with a little mushy face. Everything is a nostalgic drop, except they've already killed a large part of the nostalgia because us old fans, we're not interested in this anymore, so we don't care.
I bet there's nothing in this film that surprises us when we go to see it. I bet we could just lay out the story now and we'd get it, 80% correct. Like, just going by the trailers, it's we know there's not going to be any great surprise in this, or I don't know. Maybe they are going to bring back like Digital Luke or something, and that's going to be the surprise.
I need a break from this now. Let's talk about something good.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, nice. Okay, we'll go to the next one, but what's the time? I don't Price, are you leaving soon?
I still have time.
He's good.
Wait, before we go on, I did a super chat.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to time this right, so we did it before Price left, and if we moved on. Melvin Deeply, the lovely Melvin. £5, that's real money there, that £5. I learned today that Melvin lived in the forest like some sort of hobbit wizard for years because he showed this outdoor cooking area that he said he grew up with for like 20 years or so. It was quite a surprise. I didn't know we had a wizard on, but Melvin said, well, Melvin, you can read it. You're right here.
But I'll read it wrong. I'm rubbish.
I
It's
think
better
we
in
need-
Australian. You should read it.
Listen, when you're asking an Australian to read something, you know you're not doing well because we will fuck up anything. I think we need another one of Price's stories. Price, do you have a story? I know Ista's got a story if Price doesn't have one.
All right, if you want one, I have one that's actually a positive one. Okay.
Yes, go for
See,
it.
the reverse Bryan Cranston, a different outcome. Are you with me?
Yes.
So I once was at some movie. I don't know if I should say, but it's fine. I guess I could say. It was like a premiere, and it was a movie that Kristen Wiig was the star of. Now, I know some people don't like her or whatever it is, but it was sort of this quirky independent movie with, you could tell, had a very low budget, and you could tell that she completely threw herself into the role, really making an effort to make that movie something. And I actually, when I saw it, I thought that her performance was pretty good. So then later, I had a similar situation. I was in a reception, and I was given, a waiter gave me like a glass of wine, and I was drinking the wine, and suddenly I looked, and and Kristen Wiig was standing next to me. So I looked at her and I said, and I had already like drank at least one of those glasses of wine, at least one of them. So I looked at her. Maybe it was already my second one that I was holding. I wasn't paying for them. There was like, there's like a waiter that comes by and gives them to you. So
Guys, hurry up and tell us.
okay. So in any case, I stand
We
there with the wine.
understand the service of alcohol. Don't move.
So I stand there and she looks at me, and I look at her and I say, "Hey, I saw the movie that you were in." I said, "I saw the movie." She said, "Oh," and she's also holding a glass of wine. So I said,
Free drinks.
I said, this movie, it easily could have not worked. It's the type of movie that could have easily not worked. But I said, you give such a committed performance in it that I think that you somehow managed to carry it. It could have also not worked, the movie.
All your compliments, Price, sound like the biggest put downs
That's
that you're
amazing.
trying to cover up.
And no, but you know what? She looked at me and she wasn't like angry at all. And she's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, no, but you probably don't like to hear, probably people share like opinions and things with you all the time. And then she said something to me like, actually, they don't. They usually don't. I'd love to hear what you think about it. And then we actually had a conversation. I was very honest, and she was
that's good.
super nice. And then, at the end, as opposed to like Cranston, she like lifted the glass and we did like a cheers, and I went on my way. Like, she was very gracious.
Great.
She
That's
actually
a good story. I like that one.
Did you get a phone number?
She was actually as angry as Cranston, but because it was a woman, Price didn't see it.
She seemed really excited.
Yeah, it's a shame she's probably no longer at a point where she can hear the truth anymore, though.
I all I can say is maybe she fooled me, and after I left, she's like, "Who is that asshole?" You know what I mean? But at that
No,
moment,
she
I just
meant
felt I could tell that Bryan Cranston was unhappy, but she didn't seem unhappy. She seemed like she was,
can believe it.
rather gracious. And since then, even when people say, "Oh, like this and that," and criticize her, I usually don't say anything bad about her because I have this like good memory that her vibe seemed nice. I actually
Yeah.
I didn't dislike her for whatever that's worth.
So she's on the Leslie Headland list
Yeah.
of people that Price has hit on
You
their
should
work in Hollywood.
you shouldn't lead with that line though. Like if you're ever looking for a date, don't go, well, I don't dislike you that much. It's like, try something nice up.
The film could have been really crap, but you lifted it up to just a crap level.
Possible.
She understood. She knew I was telling the truth. She knew I was telling the truth. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, who would
How many
lie
more
about
of these-
that?
How many more of these stories do you have? Because I suspect I'm going to run out of money at some point.
I was actually for many years, like for a good amount of years, I was hanging around a lot of events. So There's some stories that I want to tell, but I actually can't tell them. There's one that I always want to tell, but I can't do it because I don't know how to get around.
Yeah.
At some point, if I say too much, like somebody will at the end connect me with something.
Can you change the name and just like give the initials or something, and let the chat try and guess who it is, but just don't tell them?
That's interesting.
I'm going to make a Price intro song for next week for this recurring segment that we need every week. I'm also going to send him some alcohol and try and loosen him up so we get to the bottom of the real story.
Yeah, it's like, change the name. Say it was this actor, and his name was Denzel Smithington.
Yeah, that's it. Denzel Smithington.
Well, he can't make it that you can guess, because if you guess, then that gives it away. So
Yeah, but
I believe that was Melvin's joke.
yeah,
you don't tell them they're right. They can guess all they want, but if you don't tell them they're right, then you didn't tell them, right?
Yeah, you can't get sued. You can't get sued for that. Thank you, Price, for updating us on your social activities.
Yeah, that was a good story.
Yes, I just want to be there for them. So we should talk about something good that we've been watching as well, not just depressing things. A Night for the Seven Kingdoms. Has everyone, excuse the coughing, I'm sick as a dog. Has everyone caught up and watched the latest episode of A Night for the Seven Kingdoms?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Did you enjoy it?
Yep.
Fantastic. Yes.
I don't know if you know this. I initially said about the show that I wasn't sure about it, but after watching more and more of it, I'm totally on board. I like the show a lot now.
Yeah.
It's a grower.
Yeah.
It's a grower, not a shower.
The first episode was a little boring, but there was nothing wrong with it. It was just slow. But after the second one, you can go back and you can see where they're setting everything up perfectly.
Yeah.
They just do a phenomenal job with this.
Now I'm going to be controversial here because everyone's raving about this episode. Now, put this in context. It's the best show on TV at the moment, so I'm not having a go at the show. But where I've only got 6 episodes, not seasons, hopefully 6 seasons, but 6 episodes, it wasn't my favourite episode out of what we've got so far. And I could have done without the flashback. I don't mind the flashback. 10 episodes, give me the flashback. Or like in the old days, we get 20 episodes a year or something. But it didn't really teach me much that I didn't already know. I would have probably preferred a bit more of the battle day. I'm a bit sick. I liked how they were doing flashbacks in the beginning where we were just getting these quick flashes of things that happened in his past and then back to now. I didn't really need to go back into the past and see his first girlfriend. But I'm being hypercritical here because it's still super enjoyable. So, like, I'm not complaining before people turn on me. But people are raving about this being the best episode so far, and I actually wouldn't say it's the best episode. I sort of liked more of the other things going on during
The episode prior was for me the best episode. The one that says,
I agree.
"Are there no more true knights amongst us?" That's probably for me the best moment, and it's the moment of the show that I'm like, okay, I'm in. Once that scene happened, I'm like, okay, that's it. Now I get it, and I actually watched all the episodes together. Like I now appreciate it more. I looked back on it, kind of like what Ista was saying. I sort of revisited it. I'm totally on board now. The fifth one, I was thinking the same thing as you, Robot Head. When I saw it, I'm like, isn't this too much time to dwell on this flashback when this show is so short and has such brief episodes? With that being said, once it gets back to the fight, and there's the part where, like, his old knight, whatever, Sir Pennytree, whatever it is, the Arlen of Pennytree, whatever he says, tells him to get up. I thought that was kind of cool. So that you see the knight kind of save him, and then him telling him to get up. There was value in it. But I also can understand why maybe they dwelled on it too much on the flashback.
That bit of the flashback of him following the old man.
I liked all of that.
I
was
enjoyed
great.
that more than the relationship bit.
Yeah,
I think
the
I
same
needed
way.
the
I don't
relationship
think
bit.
the relationship added too much.
No. The old man thing I really liked. So
Yes.
I should have said
Yeah.
that about the flashback.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
like seeing him following through the forest, and that was wonderful.
They may have dwelt on the girlfriend just a little too long. I have to say, I think I also preferred the previous episode, but man, this was magnificent. When they went into the flashback, I'm like, oh, here we go. I knew they were going to, I thought the whole episode was going to be like a blue ball flashback and we wouldn't get the battle until next week. But they start the battle, then they went, I'm like, oh, here we go. But then, man, they pulled it off, and they pulled it off magnificently. You needed the girlfriend girlfriend to see. One, it characterized how he feels about his mother. The mother is a motif that keeps showing up. The mother, it's part of their religion, his relationship with his mother, and also why he got so kicked off when the asshole was about to kill Tamsin Too Tall. What freaked him out? Because he's been through this before, and the first time he was too small and he wasn't able to save her. But this time he was big enough. He wasn't going to let it happen again. And then when Sir Arlen busted out of when the guy cut her throat, I'm like, oh, ow, that is freaking brutal.
Yeah,
and then
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and then he gets stabbed, and then Arlen busts out, and then you realize, okay, no matter what else this guy is going to do, all the drinking, all the whoring, no matter what, he's always going to be a hero to Dunk because this is his memory of that guy. Just like Kirsten Wiig will always have a good vibe for Price. He was going to die, and then bam, he comes out, and he's drunk as hell, and he's throwing up, but he wastes those other two guys, and you realize, oh, he's actually good at what he does. He's incredibly, he's a drunk, and he screw up, but the dude really knows how to fight. Holy crap. And then you see him following around because he no longer has anything left in his life except this guy. And you see the night he's so messed up, he stabs himself in his sleep. But he sees this little boy and he's laying down and he's dying. And he realizes he's somewhat responsible because it's the kid he saved. And it really brings it all back together. And then you get to the moment where it's get up, which is what the girlfriend did, at the very start of the flashback. And I'm like, holy shit, they pulled it off. I thought they were going to blow it when they went into flashback, and I'm like, they didn't. And man, the combat scene, the battle scene,
that was amazing.
They did everything they needed to do. Brutal.
And
just
inside his helmet,
Yeah.
It's so claustrophobic and
And they're saying they do the smoke
like
that
that.
because of lack of money, and it was an awesome example of like what you get if there's not an endless supply of money to do a scene.
What did you just say?
Yeah. It forces you to be creative, and it forces you to come up with unique solutions to your problems. And
I would rather have seen the battle from further, like a wider view to actually see what was going on. I don't think they got a shortage of money. I mean, what is this, like 10 million an episode or something?
yeah, but that's
It's not a small amount of money, it's not, and it's not like
the inside his helmet.
the
I
mad
thought,
with CGI or something.
Yeah, but this isn't Game of Thrones. It's not about the battle. It's about Dunk. So you really get to see everything from.
I wanted to see the battle.
I know that. That made us want to see it. That's the beauty of
bit
it.
on Melvin's side.
I
At
know
the
what you're
end of the
saying, but-
battle, I wish I'd had a better idea of what had happened. But
Yeah.
again, super critical here for no reason. Like I get what they're doing, and I get what this is saying, that it's just about him, and that's all we're meant to
But
be
also,
watching.
that's the power of that shot. It made us want to see what was going on. There was like frustration, like you don't know where you are, you can't place things. I thought it was really well.
Yeah,
done.
if they just showed the battle, it wouldn't have had the impact.
There was nothing suspenseful that they needed to hide it from you. I just wanted to see it. It's not like there was like a big whodunit and there was a big
kind of
reveal.
wanted
at the
both,
end,
right? Like having both would have been,
But I would say I didn't like the flashback because I knew what was coming. As soon as they got to the bit where the girl stole the guy's skin ale,
yeah.
I thought, well, she's going to die.
Of
It was
course.
really, really predictable. But that
Yeah,
wasn't in
really.
the book. So they added that scene just specifically to drag this episode out a bit.
which is
I didn't like her, but I was okay with it because it explains a lot about Dunk. And the fact is, I just don't think this isn't a show about, massive battles and armies coming down from the sides of mountains. This isn't Lord of the Rings. And they had to pull his helmet off. You knew the helmet had to come off, but he just didn't pull it off like some idiot in the middle of battle where he gets his head caved in. They actually gave him a reason to have to pull his helmet off because he gets stabbed in the eye. And that was just, everything was set up and paid off and everything made sense. And that's my biggest problem with modern entertainment is it doesn't make sense. And everything in this show is making sense. And it's just wonderful.
The whole time I'm thinking, this is such a modern person from today. The whole time I'm thinking, fuck, infection must have killed everyone. Every time they get stabbed, I'm like, oh, infection, you're fucked.
There were other things with this. I mean, look, this is good, right? It's like I'm with Robot Head here. It's good, but this was the weakest episode. Not even particularly weak, but the flashback scene didn't need to be there. I don't think it really served a purpose other than to drag the episode out. No, there are other things that we now have another episode to go, and in the book, nothing happens after this battle. It's just everybody kind of has
Yeah,
their
they're
say
going to be
and goes their separate ways. So they've got a whole other episode where nothing happened. Nothing
they're going to
happened.
be
Well,
setting up
that's
season
great.
2 with the next
Yeah,
episode.
but
I
I
think-
don't want a cliffhanger. I don't want a cliffhanger. The books didn't have cliffhangers. They just moved on. You know.
I
Well,
Well, they
think
can-
that-
with
Uh,
Balin. You know, when the battle is over, is it Balin? When he
Baylor.
walks in? Baylor, is it?
Baylor, yeah.
Yeah, and he walks in and the helmet's taken off. And his skull is missing. That was and you can like
You
him
knew it was
standing there.
coming too. Like it was
Yeah,
just
that
like
was- Yeah,
Sad
that was like the girls'
convincing.
death. That was predictable as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. You can set up the
predictable
next season without necessarily making it a cliffhanger.
I think
you
so.
can
Yeah,
put the
that's
pieces in place, and I don't think it's going to be a cliffhanger.
I don't think always avoiding something being predictable is good, because then you end up with like The Last Jedi or something where it's just, you know, constantly tricking the audience, you know. And I thought the helmet, you knew there was something not
no.
right with him.
And he was
when
in
came
shock.
in.
He was just standing there in
and
shock.
you just the way they played it, where the girl getting her throat slit, you just like, as soon as you met her, you're like, she's dead.
Yeah.
she's gonna get
Yeah.
killed.
Right.
Like you
Well-
just know it, and I don't need it. I know
This
what's
is-
going to happen.
This is so much bigger because he's like, this is the one guy that stood up for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just- even when he's, I really liked how he was playing. He said something about his fingers feel like wood or something.
Would, yeah.
Yeah,
But you knew in episode 2 he was going to die because he was the only royal that was reasonable and kind and helpful.
Yeah.
So you knew he wasn't going to make it through the show.
I knew because I read the book.
Yeah, but you didn't have to. Again, even if you didn't, you know, because of his character, it's like, wow, that's the one guy I really like. So you know he's not going to.
Yeah.
He's not
One
going to
oth-
make it
one other
through.
thing I had a problem with. One other thing in this episode I had a problem with, and that was during the battle, Dunk dies. He falls over and he's clearly fucking dead. You know, and the guy goes, "Get up because Mickey loves you," and he gets up.
Right.
Fuck off! He
Yeah.
was lying there dead. You know, he wasn't resting. You know, he was lying there with his eyes open, dead as a fucking dodo in the mud. Look, there he is, dead.
I didn't mind any of that, and I agree with Robot Head. I think that if they would have started the episode with a flashback of how the knight found him, maybe very quickly the two people were bothering him, and he stepped in drunk to kind of fend them off, and then you see him like walking after him, and then him finding him. Just remove that whole girl thing with the coins and whatever.
I needed
Just
to do.
delete her and keep that and give us more of the
Yeah.
fight. I would have preferred that. But
that's-
again, beggars can't be choosers. This show is
Exactly.
far
Yeah.
beyond.
That's what we can get.
Yes.
Much better.
Hey, does anyone know?
Yeah.
Does anyone know who survived that battle?
Yeah,
think like
everybody
Duvall.
but the first two knights on his side and
Right.
Baylor.
Right.
Okay. So all everybody on the bad side,
right.
they survived. It was just, and of course, is it Stewart? The other Ross, Fawson, the Apple guy. You know, he lived. Dunk lived.
Baratheon-
So
Baratheon
yeah,
guy.
so the Baratheon lived. It was it was the two smaller
And
knights
so the other guy who was
Fossaway.
part of the
Yeah.
royal side. Is it Darren or Darren? Who has the gift of prophecy? That guy, did he survive?
Yeah, he survived. And here's the thing. I think that they needed to. I love the fact that when they did the flashback, it was appropriate time to Dunk's life flashing before his eyes because he was dying. I'm glad they didn't start the episode. And I agree. I could have used less of that annoying little girl who in the book, I think everybody thought Rafe was a guy. It wasn't really clear. But I don't think it went on too long. I'm okay with it, but I agree it didn't necessarily need to be there. But I think how they presented it, I think it did work.
I guess it
I
was
think
his life flashback. It's up to him, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I found the actress or the character a little bit annoying.
Yes.
But the whole episode still managed. Like I said, when they started the flashback, I'm like, here it comes. Here's where they
Yeah.
blow it. But
Exactly.
man, I think my excitement when they end up pulling it off was just so great that all was forgiven for the previous 5 minutes.
I will
think
say
you're
this.
getting a
Sorry,
little
go
bit
on,
too
Doug.
excited. It wasn't really that good. I think you need to like have a drink and rethink it. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but I mean, you're talking like it was the best thing ever made, and it wasn't.
It's
No, we're not.
it's
We're
the
just
best
saying it
thing
didn't
made
detract.
this year.
This year for sure. What I wanted to say is that the reason why they had the girl there and her whatever happened to her, it could be sort of to show why he was so adamant about protecting the other one later on. So,
Yeah, that's what I said.
So, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, it's
I guess I
relevant.
missed it. But in any case, it's still, it has that mirroring effect. So maybe that's what they wanted to do with it. But yeah, I still could have done without it.
Yeah, it's like poetry. It rhymes. But it shows his motivation. When it happened the first time, he was small and powerless and couldn't do anything about it. And it has a lot to do about his motivation for becoming a knight. Man, he was about to die. And then Arlen breaks in and wastes those guys. And it's like, man, that's my hero. And no matter how drunk or abusive the guy got afterward, he never forgot this was the guy that showed up out of nowhere and saved my ass.
Yeah.
And the next time I get a chance to help a girl, I'm going to do something about it like he did. And I think it all works. And really, no, it's not the best thing ever, but it's the best thing we've gotten in a long time. And it really does work. I think... Melvin, I always take off 10% of the grumpy grouchiness for, whatever. So, man, I think most people are pretty happy with how this turned out.
I had this feeling that he was going to be a bit more of a gentle giant, like that the old guy had trained him well, and he's huge, and he was going to come out and just start killing people. Like he was going to be a bit of a shock to them all how lethal he was. And they didn't do that at all.
They didn't.
It was just a
he
struggle.
Still was a gentle
like
giant.
he just struggling the whole way through that fight.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but it was just interesting. I thought he was gonna his sort of love for the old guy and no one remembering the old guy. I thought there was going to be a bit of a sort of payback of like, see, he did teach me how to fight well, and then the struggle started. I have a feeling
he still has all of that training within him, but it just goes against the grain of his nature.
You said something about this to me when I said this to you. You said that you think he still is not a pacifist, but doesn't like the violence,
yes.
and there is more to him.
Yeah,
and that
he's more about honor than he is about violence.
And that a lot of it was him holding back virtually.
Yeah.
And he did surprise them with his absolute tankiness, man. It's like no matter how much they beat on the guy and stab him, he just won't stay down. I mean, in a way, it is. Somebody made a Mick joke. It was a lot like Rocky. It's like it doesn't matter how hard you hit the guy, he keeps getting back up. And yeah, a lot of us, I think, our inner, child wanted him to go in and waste all those 7 guys, on his own. But, that's not really how the world works. It's definitely not how a George R.R. Martin world works. But the fact is, he still surprised everybody and he impressed everybody. And remember, this guy is going to become, the most famous, most lauded knight in all of Westeros. And,
comparing this to fucking Mando and Grogu, where
I'm so glad we're talking about this.
Because I was just thinking, I love those bits, and all I'm talking about is good writing. But I love those bits where there was little Egg. He woofed at him when he said, "You better be here when I come back" or something, and he woofed, and like in an early episode, he woofed at him that he would come and hunt him down, and sort of like did a bark at him, and just those little moments get to you that you care for them, they care for each other.
It's personal,
and then you like. Mandalorian Grogu's like, give me those biscuits. You can have more later. And it's like the most dry version of care. Like it's this fake care. Oh, don't touch the buttons. Like it's all just pathetic. And then you see this show where they've built this awesome little relationship.
Yes.
The 2 actors I just love. Like the casting is incredible.
Really good chemistry between the 2 of them, isn't it?
Yeah, there's another thing you get from the flashback. Remember back in episode 1, he's trying to decide what to do, and he's like, I could join the city guard, but the city guard is the guy that killed Rafe. The city guard were those corrupt assholes that were about to kill him, and it explains why he walked the path that he chose to walk.
This
So
actor, what's his name? He was actually a rugby player, the actor.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
He looks it. He looks
And
Yeah.
the little boy is the son of, excuse me, two people in entertainment. Go figure, right?
Yeah, that's unusual in Hollywood.
So I think his dad was in one of those boy bands that's like a pop opera kind of band.
Oh, really?
In England, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and his mum was a co-creator and host of a show. I think it was called Quizmania.
Oh,
So
wow.
you know he's born into the industry basically.
but he deserves
Yeah.
it. It's not one of those
He
times
does.
where you go, how the fuck did this kid get a role?
Yeah.
And then you find out the parents
Yeah.
are famous. This kid, you're like, I don't care where he comes
Yeah.
from.
And
He's so-
Dunk, Dunk
I
is
have
a
to-
natural born second row if I've ever seen anyone. I would hate to run into that guy on the pitch, man. He would wreck you.
I just wanted to quickly say thank you to everybody and bow out as I do sometimes, and I'll see you all here soon, I
Thank
guess.
you, Bryce. Tell everyone where
Bryce.
you're going
Next
so they can
time.
come over and see you.
Price of Reason Live is my live stream channel, and I'm going to be doing something about Deep Space Nine, so you should check it out.
Everyone
See
head
you
over
on
there.
the Night Owl, Price.
All right, I'll see you there.
Right, see you.
See you, Bryce. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah,
So-
the acting in this show is also just phenomenal. Compare that to Mando and Grogu.
Oh.
Even the young kid that we just went past that played the early version of him, like, could they have got a kid that is more believable to be?
Oh,
the
yeah.
young-
He
Yeah, they
looked
got it
like him. He sounded like him. He acted like him. It was perfect. The casting in the show is great.
It is.
and it's just proof again. This diversity hiring, this sort of bullshit looking for the right mixture of people is just such a load of shit. When you get good casting is so important. To
Imagine
get the right people.
placing Pedro in this one.
Yeah, yeah. What's his name? Dexter Soul Ansel, who plays Egg. Man, the guy is everything that Dunk isn't. Like he's wise, he's clever, he's intelligent. But you know, he's all the brains, but Dunk is the heart. I mean, he's truly.
Yeah.
And you might say he's a little bit on the slow side, but he's far from stupid, and he still can think. He's clever enough to survive, you know, as a knight who has to fight people. So he's not entirely stupid. He's just a little bit slower, but he's all about doing the right thing. And together they have phenomenal chemistry.
Just that
And you
little,
just don't see this anywhere.
and in the cell where he goes, "You lied to me," like he's telling Egg
Oh,
off.
yeah.
And you know, you just assume he's going to be a bit scared of him or show respect, or he's, you know, part of the family, but he's still talking to him like a boy, you know.
As his-
Yeah,
his
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're a boy. You shouldn't lie to adults, and just this honest sort of, you know. And he's sort of getting upset. Egg was getting upset that he had lied to him, and that. And it's like this is what fucking writing. Like this is
Yeah.
it. You know, like he's still a man talking to a child. He's not.
Yeah,
this
and his
kid or-
squire, he's berating his squire because he did
Yeah.
something wrong. But did you notice how Egg lights up when he defends him to the other people? He's like, no, he's still a good boy. And you see Egg, and he just sort of bounces back after, you know, being a little bit upset. So
That
again,
kid's little play of emotion like that, like his
Yeah.
little royalty when he needs it, and squire when he needs it, and joy when he needs it, and seriousness when. For a kid, he's fucking unreal.
Yeah, he's
like
great.
yeah.
he's so enjoyable to watch. Like he just carries himself so well.
And that's how you know this is a good show. You could turn off the dialogue and still understand everything that's happening here.
True.
And you really understand they're acting with their faces.
Yes.
They're really conveying all their emotions quite genuinely. I'd love to see Robert Duvall in this show. You know, he would have made an amazing, you know, old knight.
So what I just wonder, I was half reading this, so I thought I'll bring it up. Could have broken up the flashback. Sorry, this is, oh fuck, how do I say that? QEQ 2090. Sorry, apologies if that's your real name, because I'm struggling to get that out.
Quick.
Could have broken up the flashback. Go to her throat is slit before the girl's finger is snapped, i.e. in the puppet show scene. Then show the rest when he gets up. Would have kept all the fight scenes together more exciting. Yeah, I think it could have been sort of changed a bit. I would have liked to have stayed in that battle once we were in that battle. But again, this is
Yeah, the show is not about fight scenes, though. I mean, I do understand. I liked it better on the second watch.
Come on, man. You don't know the show's not about fight scenes. It is about fight scenes. It's about knights and armor with swords and things. It's all about fight scenes.
I guess you can't
Melvin's-
have a show about knights.
Melvin's
without fights.
ripping into a steak with his bare hands at the moment. That he's
Well,
wearing.
he's a scout, isn't
Like a
he?
piece
So
of leather. He's just ripping bits off going, of course it's about fucking fighting. What are you talking about?
he's closer to the land of knights.
I got,
Yeah, this is
I
his
got the
backyard.
No,
sheep beef that's got the roids on it.
It's about honor, but I'm saying I liked it a lot better the second watch through because my main concern was they were going to leave it on a cliffhanger and I didn't want to wait another week.
You know what
and they
what
didn't do
could have
that.
done? See the scene where the girl gets killed? If they were going to put that scene in at all, they should have put it at the scene where the other girl was getting attacked. And they could have had it there.
Well,
Yes.
that's what the
That
chat
would have
was,
been a better
but
place for it.
Yeah.
it could have worked there. And, you know,
This guy was saying.
you have Da Vinci. You could go ahead and put it there yourself and see how it plays. It might work out better.
I'd cut it out.
Yeah.
We're going to get new versions of this show.
I would have a 10-minute episode.
I tell you, this is a great introduction for people that haven't watched Game of Thrones, I reckon, to watch this first. Game of Thrones needs a bit of homework, like keeping track of everyone, where this is a lot more simple. You know, it's I'm enjoying it for that I don't have to keep track of 5 different families. Just sort of this it's a lot more easy to watch.
Yeah, my concern, I think the second book is sort of the weakest. So I'm really looking forward to season 3 of this show. Not as much season 2, but they might surprise me because they've shown that they can adapt these books really well by adding some stuff, taking out some stuff. So, you know, with any season 2, I'm always a bit skeptical. So we'll have to see.
So hang on, have we just got one episode left of this one? Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
Boy.
But
Worried
see,
about a rug pull, actually. I'm worried about a rug pull coming. It's what we expect now.
Yeah, that's a totally legitimate way to think. Because it's happened so much. Like Hollywood has completely lost the benefit of the doubt. That's for sure. So,
but I don't need the big event. Like some of my favorite bits were like egg training the horse for the competition and eating egg sandwiches and things. So, like as long as they stay to that, I don't want it to turn into battles.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
things
you
all
need
the
to.
Well,
time.
you need to
yeah,
fill
that's
it
why
in.
I said it's
Sorry,
not about
Emma
the
Lambert's
battle.
The actor
Sorry.
who plays, is it Eamon? Is it Eamon or is it Arian?
I am the worst with names and shows. I still,
Wait, who are you talking about?
Well, someone's giving a comment. Jamal Emma is saying the actor that plays Eamon, question mark, because we're not exactly sure if that's a name, Targaryen, needs some props too, because I love to hate that guy. So that's true. The one who plays Egg's brother.
yes,
Brother, yeah,
Crazy.
the douchebag. I was always
He's a good
forget his
baddie.
name.
Good buddy.
He is a good baddie.
the fucking horse armor and the outfits
Oh,
are just
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and the dude with the big horns on his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, I
completely
think
terrible.
Arian is
Yeah.
his name.
Completely
It's great.
terrible for a fight. Someone grabs hold of it, but they looked cool as
They did
fuck.
look cool, yeah.
Yes. No, it looks magnificent. So we are recommending this to anyone that
Yes.
hasn't watched it. And you're in
Yeah.
luck if you haven't, because watching all 6 together would be the perfect way to do it. So
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 or 3 together, and it was enjoyable because you didn't get to the end just waiting for that extra week. So what day does it come out?
It comes out late Sunday night here, which I have no idea. I think that would be Monday for you.
Yes.
I did want to point out there was one other scene in the show where they show Arlen Penetry like he's doing a little bit of sword play too. You already know he's a badass because he took apart those guys, but they show that, you know, he is still a knight. He's still training. And when he's working with the sword, it's just, you know, it's just a brief thing, but you're like, yeah, the guy really does know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like he's got the fighting and the drinking and the whoring. He's got all 3. Like the guy's the key to life, and he's happy living under the trees, man. Like he really is doing life on his own terms, and that's where Dunk gets it from. And I just think
He's the
it's
Jack Nicholson of his
fantastic.
day.
He's
I
what?
love-
What was that, Melvin?
He's the Jack Nicholson of his day.
yeah, absolutely.
The confidence in building these characters, because when we first met him, I didn't really like him, and I thought it was a bit, not cliched, but just a bit on the nose that he's this sort of, you know, wild drinking man dancing.
Well, he's like a Don Quixote madman, wasn't he? It was
Yeah, with a
hell.
donkey
Just
cock,
about
by
half
the
an
way.
hour for me to just love him.
Yes.
Like I think I don't know if it's the tug of
No.
war or something, or
Yeah.
dancing with him, or the bloody horns coming out of his head. It was just like I went from like, I'm not digging this guy, to thinking that this guy's fantastic. Please don't kill him. So,
Yeah, when you said Don Quixote, I'm thinking donkey because he also like has a 14-inch cock swinging in the breeze. So
they seem to also have that in this.
What are you talking about? That's normal sized. What are you talking about?
yeah, I did that last week, man. Nobody's buying. Nobody's buying it.
So we
Nobody
are all
bought it.
recommending.
Yes.
Knights of the
We are, we are.
Seven Kingdoms,
100%.
and one to go. So we'll be talking about that. No, we didn't get on to Starfleet this week because we can't talk about it anymore. Well, we can, but we'll give it another week and then maybe come back to it because there's so much to say. But how much can we just go on about? I don't know, faggots, but like,
Yeah.
I tried
Yeah.
watching that episode. 55 minutes long that fucking thing is. And
oh,
I
only got
Yeah.
half
spent the
of it.
entire 55 minutes staring at the floor. It couldn't engage me for 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
listen,
couldn't
man, I
see-
couldn't get 10 minutes in, but when they say galactic meteor shower, that's all you need to know. It tells you the writers have no idea what any of those three words actually means. That's the amount of thought they put into this. It's a teenage drama. I call it Deep Space 90210.
Oh,
It's all the crap that I've never watched my entire life. And yeah, it's much more of the same ridiculous, but somebody did describe this. This show is a woman's temper tantrum in show form. It's like when the woman
take that ball.
takes your baseball card collection and shreds them up and throws all your clothes out the window. That's what Starfleet Academy is.
It's
Well, I couldn't watch it, so
It's yeah, but you're one of these rare normal women. The it's what was I going to say? The Ibiza and
Ibiza.
gay it is, and how it's forcing it. It's amazing that this show, the Mando trailer, and A Night for the Seven Kingdoms are all around at the same time. That the people enjoying the other two, can they not go watch A Night for Seven Kingdoms and see the difference?
yeah.
Like, it just blows my mind that
Yeah.
they're in this world of that crap, absolute crap garbage is worth defending, and there's something good they could be watching. But
And the budget
yes,
per
well,
episode as well.
Yeah, don't forget Fallout just wrapped up, and the moment it finished, nobody's talking about that crap anymore.
I think I said this before, maybe last week or the week before. I enjoyed the first season. I sort of thought it was quite fun. I watched, I think, the first episode this season and just never went back. I just,
Yeah.
just seemed more of the same. And I was like, oh, I've had enough of that. Like, I don't know what happened. I haven't heard anyone talking about it. It's such an odd drop off for a show. And it, based on a game too, you think people would be at least talking about it if it was terrible, but no one seems to care.
I think they spoke about it briefly in Open Bar earlier. I don't think anybody was impressed.
Yeah, it's not good. So now I should have done this when we did mail, so I'm just going to put it up now. Is the address to send mail to the show? Please send mail. You can send it through. Any problems? Any problems except for problems with the show? And I was going to ask too, which I didn't. I was going to put a poll up, and this is something else I didn't do. I like to point out all the things I didn't do. That we need to do some content for members and patrons, and I was going to ask what people want. Do they want more live shows? Do they want more reviews? Do they want more of this? And I was going to do it in a poll. We might do that next week. But if anyone's got any
suggestions.
I'm happy to come up with ideas because I've got plenty. But if there's anything you want for patrons and members, let me know and we'll see if it can be done. We might even do some commentaries on movies. Maybe we should do the ultimate Last Jedi commentary, all get together and get drunk. I'm talking to the wrong crowd now. We've got people that have sorted out their lives and
That's
aren't
right,
alcoholics
now
anymore. But they can remember what it was like to be drunk, and we could all watch maybe Last Jedi and talk about that, do a commentary for people. But we'll think of something good for everyone. What were you going to say, Melvin?
I say I can barely remember what it feels like to be drunk. It was a long time ago.
You're a
Sometimes
stronger man than me, Melvin.
Sometimes I miss it because I kind of remember the good parts.
It all seems good, yeah, when you're not doing it.
Yeah, I hear you. I haven't been drunk in 24 years, and I really needed. I was really thinking about that bottle of scotch after Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, if anything's going to get, I never know if it's off the wagon or on the wagon. I think it's back on. Off the wagon, I think, so you're drinking in. If anything's going to get you to be off the wagon, it's that bloody show, that's for sure. So,
just stick with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yes,
just do that.
And send through your ideas for patrons and members, because we want to get some more content out there. We're trying to get the content up this year. We have to, because fucking YouTube hate me now, and I've got to get more out there so we can survive. So thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Melvin, for being here. Thank you, Istaphobos. Thank you, Polly.
Yeah.
Thank you for the wonderful Price of Reason that's left, and his stories every week. We're going to get to the bottom of who these people are, and we need some video footage of some of his encounters. But thank you, everyone, and remember to come back next week. And when you do come back, everyone, make sure you bring your mates.